From Ford Video Guy Studio in Salina, Kansas, it's McArthur Live with Tim Bartz and Sarah Davis. For all the information on ordering and production, Ford news, recalls, debunking all the fake news on social media, and whatever's on their mind, here's your hosts, Tim and Sarah. Welcome, and everybody. It's not Tim and Sarah tonight. It's Tim and Niles because Sarah's on vacation and Niles is stepping in.
Howdy, let's get rowdy.
I like this that we have howdy, let's get rowdy. So, all right. So, and then, we have Sarah's on vacation and who knows? She might pop in the chat here. Who knows? She might be in there. I know she's at home. She just got back. She was in Colorado, went to Buena Vista, and did some hiking and such there. A lot of the trails aren't open yet, and are actually closed. But they did some hiking and enjoyed some time in beautiful Colorado. And see what happened this weekend, Memorial Day weekend. We were closed, so I like that. McArthur appreciates that. I might move this just a little. And so we were closed. So what did you do on your time off this weekend?
Well, did a little bit of chores around the house, and then I made my way over to a dirt bike track and got to chase some dirt bike riders with a drone.
Yeah.
So
you can check out. So his Instagram
is Motivated Motion is the name of my company. So if you search that on Instagram or Facebook, you might wind up upon it and see some of the drone content that we put out. So
yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff there. You did some of that, and then what about yesterday? Did you go down with Chris?
We didn't make it down to Great Bend. There was an off-road, I guess, what would you call it? A rally? I don't know. An off-road gathering of sorts with off-road vehicles like side-by-sides and four-wheelers out in Great Bend, Kansas. And there was some storms that were predicted. It was like a 75% chance of rain. They said it rained for like 30 minutes. So we didn't end up going. I don't think the wives necessarily wanted to be in the rain on a side-by-side. So
there you go.
But we stayed at home, did some chores. There
you go. So let's see, this weekend, Saturday, worked most of Saturday. Sunday, Sarah was gone and everything. So we did some grilling a little bit on Sunday, but then Monday we headed out and we did go to Tuttle Creek off-road part, the OHV area. And I will say this, I would recommend maybe more for side-by-sides than Broncos and Jeeps.
Yeah.
A lot of the trails are pretty narrow.
A little tight.
Ooh. So I got some pictures here to share with everybody. We got some stuff that happened here. So let me put this on the screen. By the way, for those of you that don't know, this is being shared as a podcast as well. So you might, if you listen to the podcast, you might check out the photos from the live stream. So check that out. It's always linked in the podcast notes. So here, there's one spot here where we decided we didn't want to go down that big little drop. Although I think, if I had like Melissa and Brian, they might have helped me get through that. But we didn't. We elected to forgo that little drop off there. And all the side-by-sides were in the Can-Ams where they were not having any issues with that. But some people had it scraped right there. So, but they had a kind of an out around. So we went out around through here. And so we went through there, and you can kind of see us there. There you go. And grandson Jaden came with us. So right there, we pretty tight right there going forward. And I think I must have hit a branch or something, but I'll show you later. So she got a couple photos, and we got a little wheel lift. In fact, I had a 2-wheel lift going. I had the driver's side front as well as the passenger side rear. At one point, both were off the ground. We got through there just fine. And with Barb's help, she did a great job guiding right through there. So, but as you can see, this picture is after it, but we went down a little ways, and it got so tight in the corners and everything, it wasn't wide enough for our Bronco. So we actually had to back up the trail and back up and go back through that tight area, and we got some tree things in our car, let's just say, but we got through it. Took a couple passes because we want to tread lightly there. So we got through it and backed up. through there. That shows some of the images of backing up, and there's the damage. So we got a little damage on the A pillar.
So you'd say it's a little bit tight.
Yep, it was tight. So you can tell those are from some tree branches there. So badge of honor. Don't think we're gonna get it repaired right now. It's kind of.
Kind of looks cool.
Yeah, got it. We're gonna.
Pretty tough looking.
Yeah. So anyway, so we had that that going on, but after that, we did get down. They have a main access road that gets you down to this area down here where, since it rained on Saturday and actually quite a few days last week, there were some nice areas because this is by a lake, so there's a lot of water and such. So there are a lot of water crossings and such. So there's an image. We're going to actually go across this, and we went actually over it a couple times. So first we went through it with the windows up, make sure we didn't get any water in. But the second time when we went through it, we didn't go run through it like some of them. We went through it. You know, they say in the off-road, you're not supposed to create that big wave. So Barb actually got out and she taped me going through it. Hear it or hear me. Yeah, you can still hear us, I think. But anyway,
wow.
I don't know if you can hear us now. But there you go. And then it comes back around, and then we cross back over it on another road there. So it's pretty fun.
Look at that.
So you'll notice that is actually we did. I don't know if you guys could hear us during that, so I didn't talk a lot. But we had still had the windows up on that one. But then we realized, we went a little bit slower. For one, didn't want to splash the camera person there.
Yeah,
she would have been a little upset with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then she went through as well, and then we found some other mud areas, and I said the Bronco handles it pretty well as long as you don't stop. So. A couple of little mud areas, and there's our finished product there when we got done. There, Jaden getting in the back, you can see all the mud and everything on the side of it. And that's a trail we did not go on. That's they rate it like ski hills, like green, blue, black diamond, double black diamond. This is a double black diamond. Yeah. And that's pretty radical. You can kind of see. There you go.
That's rowdy.
Yeah,
that's really rowdy. I mean, wow.
So anyway, we didn't go up that last one there, but we took some pictures. But I don't think anybody was coming up that day. But you had to be really lifted and doom buggy type stuff there to get up that.
You have to be really set up for it.
Yeah. So. Yeah,
that's a purpose-built vehicle trail.
In fact, you can kind of the Bronco's in the distance in that image, so you can kind of see that Bronco in the distance there by the tree. We just parked there and went and checked it out. But we had a lot of fun though. I mean, we got a little damage and everything, and we got in a tight spot, but that's learning. So you had to back up and go a different route. But
I mean,
it's all learning curves. But anyway, I did find out if I wanted to repair it, that panel, the way the Broncos are made, like all the panels can come off and be replaced, including the A pillar on the driver's side. That's one piece that goes where that latches on for the roof rack. And for I think I looked it up, like $200 for the part, and then to get it painted. Probably costs more to paint it than to get the part and then to put it on. So I could replace it pretty easily if I wanted, but
sub 1,000 for sure.
Yeah. So
parts, labor,
as much as a deductible.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, some of the insurance going to cover that, and I'm like, it's costs less than the deductible to have it repaired. Then it won't be on my insurance.
Yeah. I mean, really, it's six a dozen one, half another kind of thing.
But we'll leave it on for a while, So.
Yeah. Well, and I think now if you went
walked
back
by it earlier, you said.
Yeah. Well, and driving by, you kind of have to actually look for it. I mean, if the sun's coming down on it just right, it might have a little, gloss from the paint, and then it's kind of I had to double.
Well, when it's dirty, it's probably hard to see.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to find. Yeah,
maybe if I cleaned it, it might be, but it doesn't affect the closing of the top or the doors or anything. There was no wind noise coming back or anything. So anyway. All fun. We had fun anyway. So that was good. All right. We'll get into it. Let's see what's next on the agenda here. We don't have Sarah here, so I gotta
Yeah.
Niles
Sorry.
isn't used to this stuff, so we'll roll with this. But yeah, in fact, this is the first time being in the StreamYard as an admin.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Normally I'm just in the
crash
YouTube
course.
chat. Yeah.
Anyway, so don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, everything. Mention the podcast. We're recording this as a podcast as well. So there are some images on there if you want to check that out. Don't forget our merch. Actually, I'm donning the merch here. We can wear polos.
Yeah.
So you can see we're in polos now. So
Yeah.
summertime, we can wear polos. So yeah, you can get some of those the same polos that I'm wearing. I can get in our merch site. Link is in there. Our Ford Media, our FordVideoGuyMedia.com website. You can go there if you want to check out all the stuff on the Bronco that I've done, the Maverick I've done. The podcast is also on there if you, but it's also on your favorite streaming platforms as well. And let's see, recent videos this last week. We did a video on the FordPass, and we're going to talk about it today. But a lot of it already has like 7,000, 8,000 views over the weekend, and there's a lot of people that I didn't, I just kind of did a video on it and some of the things, just looking at it, not thinking about the old app and what I had access to. There are a lot of people, including some of us, right, that are a little upset we're missing some things. And I know that if I had those things, like my Bronco and Expedition and Maverick, they don't have some of the things, so I'm not missing them. But there are some things, if you have a truck, if you have zone lighting, you have some of these things, you're missing them now.
It's gone.
But
Heartbroken.
We're going to talk about that later tonight in the what's on my mind. And I will tell you this, that I warned y'all. If you watch the live stream and you're watching the dealer news updates, actually back in March, what was the date on that? I had it here. I think March 10th. I don't know what day it was. Here it is. March 22nd, they came out with a news bulletin. So the Tuesday after that, I let everybody know. So just saying that there were some things going away. And yeah, the trailer light check, zone lighting for selected vehicles, the Pro Power on board, a bunch of other things. But we're going to talk about, we got an FAQ actually.
I'm just gut wrenched by, I'm like hurting just hearing you say the words. It hurts so bad. Oh gosh.
So, but what's funny is they said that the app was going to update like back in the 28th. It was going to update, and it finally took till June. But
details.
They did roll it out slowly. Now it was like a full launch, and people said, "Hey, here's out." And now there's a lot of people upset. So we're going to talk about that tonight, and we're going to run through the FordPass app FAQ from Ford that actually came out when came out back in March, and I didn't read through it. So we're going to talk about that because some of these things will come back. So we can at least hope for that. We'll come back in stages. Anyway, we'll see. We'll talk about that later. We won't get into it too much now, but we'll get into that later. But I did a video on that on Thursday, Friday when it came out. And then, and then of course, some other shorts went out and everything. And then Maverick Monday, sorry, it was late yesterday. I forgot to schedule it before I left on Saturday. And so I was on my way back. We were actually out to eat because yesterday was our anniversary for my wife and I, 29 years.
Congrats.
And so we were out eating. I'm like, Maverick Monday, I forgot. So I had 8 o'clock. I had it go live. So if you didn't catch that out. We actually went over the screen that they should expect in the 25 Maverick, as well as the Bronco Sport.
That's cool.
So based on the Escape, so we did that as well. So a couple things.
Huge.
Coming up this week, I don't have anything really planned, extra videos other than the normal videos we have. At some point, we need to get the LMX4 and do a video on that. But
that'd be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna work on that. So, but yeah, there you go. And on my personal channel, I'll probably have some videos from Tuttle Creek. So I do have all the GoPro from that. And by the way, I haven't had this video go live on my Ford Video Guide channel yet, but using the GoPro worked. It worked really good. So I had set up the GoPro on the winch, and it was mounted there, and I used my phone to be able to see it in real time.
Yeah.
Yep. Because there was a couple of times where I was like, well, she's like, there's a big rock coming up. And I'm like, yep, I see it. It's right there. So
Yeah.
it was real nice having
And
that.
you
It
have,
worked.
and if I remember right, so you have that hooked up to your phone, and you have a dash piece that comes
Yes.
out and
bullet point.
yeah.
It's a mount, and I have an arm that comes out. So it's just right there right above the steering wheel.
Yeah.
So it's perfect location. So it's just a turn sideways.
Don't have to like take
Yep.
your eyes off of your situation. It's just right there.
You
That's
just connect
really
to it via Wi-Fi to it, Bluetooth. I think it's a Hero 11. So I don't know what stage that you can see it in real time.
I don't
like that.
I don't remember what model that it
I
had
think
when it came
10, 10, 11, 12,
Yeah.
maybe even 9 has access. So maybe if you have a GoPro of one of those and you can go to the GoPro app, you can find out if you can connect to the app, then it would work. So I just used my phone to show that.
That's so cool.
Plug my phone in so it wouldn't kill my phone battery or anything.
Yeah.
But my GoPro, it does suck a little bit because it was the battery died.
The
before we got
Bluetooth,
done.
I think the Bluetooth
So-
really takes it out of those cameras.
But that's all right. I ordered 2. I got a 2 battery setup with a 3 battery charger. So
That's cool.
we'll be running on 3 batteries on these trails, but it worked.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Next time I need to come out there and follow you guys as a recon vehicle, or I guess have you follow me as a recon vehicle.
Well, and now I'm going to take that camera I had on the front that's really supposed to be a rear dash cam
and put it back
I'm going to
there.
put it on the back.
That'd be cool.
Might be hard to run the wiring, but
Just a lot of wiring.
I'll work on it. We'll see. Anyway, just more things to do. Because right now I don't want to spend money on the Bronco because I've spent so much money on it. That
I mean, what's a little more? You know,
I do.
come
I do.
on.
I am partnering with Mountains to Metal. I got something coming for the Bronco that I'll do on my Ford Video Guide channel. So you want to make sure you're subscribed to it. But
And just like that, more parts.
yeah. But I do. Okay, so I do have a plan, but I'm not going to spend money on it. I'm waiting until my FordPass points build up to it, and I do want to get the Ford Performance power pack.
That'd be fun.
I want to get that because then you can do a lot of things with that. I don't want to just get like, I know that he said you can get a code and all that. I actually want the hardware, the programmer and everything, because if I ever want to add a front locker, if I have that programmer, then I can do that.
Yeah.
With that. So I want to get that. So I'll wait till my FordPass points add up to enough, which I do get a lot because I use my FordPass credit card.
Couple weeks.
But yeah, I still need about $500, I think. So, which takes a while. It's a lot of points. Anyway, but I won't use cash. I'll just wait till I get my points because I don't have anything else to spend on it. So
I mean, just more accessories.
Yeah. And when I purchase the mach-e, I'll get another 42,000 points. Yeah.
Points.
And I won't need it for an oil change.
Stacking up.
Stacking up. Anyway. All right. Don't forget about the channels that we like to support and cover. All Train Nation, Johnny's Car Care Reviews. They're all in the description. Ragnarcon, if he's in here, he's got a channel, so check his out. And all those a bunch of channels down there. So check those out. If you're like, get bored, especially this summer when TV shows aren't running, you get bored, check out some of the channels that we like to watch and check out some of their videos. As well as don't forget about my personal channel. All right. We have a good dealer moment.
Good dealer moment is in the Star tab.
Oh, before we get to that, though,
gonna need to introduce
members.
a few people.
We got to go through member intros. So let's first talk about membership. So you can become a member of the channel. We do have membership set up. It's $5 a month. To do that, you just go in there and click that join button right beside the subscribe. If you're already subscribed, then it will be right there saying that you're subscribed, and it's right there. Click that join button. When you click that, you'll get more information about what's part of our membership and everything. Sarah's video is in there as well and everything. Now, if you're an iPhone user, like on the your phone and maybe the tablet, it may be located. You might have to do something. So if you go into that and go into your web browser, go up there and select request desktop website. You'll have to do that to be able to see that join button. So that's just a security that iPhone has in their system. And then, of course, you can find all of our content right there on the main page if you want, or under the membership and join. So we actually do have a slide for that. So membership, join, or membership and community, sorry, you can find all the membership stuff in there. And you can go back and see the old content too. If you're a new member, you can go back and still see some of the ones. And we do a member live every Friday. And then we do a lot walk about every Saturday as well. So those are two guaranteed things. And you also see a lot of our videos at least 30 minutes to an hour before everybody else. So kind of a membership perk there. And then, when we do fun stuff, we'll post some of that and sometimes the photos and stuff, plus our Discord.
I was going to say, don't forget about that Discord.
I usually do.
Yeah.
I don't go in there enough.
Community. Huge community
but
in
I
there.
did drop that in there. In fact, like one of the fun videos that we did this week was Brandon. So his Maverick came in, and so his Maverick was was on the rail when the hail went through Kansas City.
Yep.
There were 58,000 vehicles affected there.
Holy cow.
By the hail that had to be inspected.
Holy cow.
28,000 more F-150s from the Clay Como plant. And they're only halfway through inspecting those. So that's what their holdup was. And so some of them were like, they had to figure out, well, does this need to be inspected? Was it here? And technically his was there, but it was still in the rail car.
Yeah.
So it didn't get affected, but his had to be inspected before it could be shipped out.
Wow.
And but then it got here. But then it was in Kansas City. We had hailstorm come through here on the 19th, but it wasn't here. His was delivered right after that. So then when I heard there may be hail Saturday, I'm like, nope, we tucked it in the picture building, and I did a little video about that. So anyway, you can check that out on our member videos. That was a member video as well. So so it's all good. In fact, it's over there. Was it getting?
It's getting ceramic tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I saw it parked right by the building there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anyway, but yeah, so that's something else you get. So let's introduce some of our members here. You got some? Can you know how to click on those and pop those up?
We'll give her a good go.
So just click on that show right there.
Okay. Huzzah.
There you go.
Look at that.
All right.
Fire me up. Oh, I'm in. No, you want me to do this
You
part?
gotta read them.
No, brother. Okay, well, yeah, Tim, you're gonna have to do that. Sorry.
Ridgeview is our moderator, and so he likes to get things rowdy. Ridgeview likes to keep it clean, so he's the one that kicks people out.
Yep, he does.
No, just kidding. He doesn't kick anybody out. He might put you in timeout, but he keeps it clean in here. So he says, "Nice color choice, Donald Rash. I have that in my Maverick." So there's probably they had a conversation going on here early on, and then we have Terry. I'm having trouble so far in finding the owner's manual in the FordPass. Yes, we're going to talk about that. It's gone right now, but you can find that depending on your vehicle. You can find that sometimes on the screen on your vehicle. So maybe that's so. Some of these things are going. Maybe I have some how-to videos. Coming right.
Yeah.
Here's how to do this. Here's how to find this and that.
It's and like some of it's just been relocated.
Hey, let's talk. Let's like a lot of these are in the vehicles. So now it's like, okay, this has gone out of the app. Now here's another way of being able to do it. Yeah. Maybe it's time to do those. So
I think
there we go. It's always our members. That's the other thing we do on our Friday live stream is members tell me about things that are frustrating them or things of ideas. And sometimes we get those some good content and some video ideas from our members. So I really like having that Friday live stream. All right. Donald Rash said, good evening, all from Delaware. I am so happy. And this is the reason why I got my new 2024 Ford Ranger XLT. And I couldn't be finer or happier. It's an azure gray metallic. So that's the one that Ridgeview was saying he liked the color. So there you go. Let's see what else we got. Anthony, he's in here. He said, hi, Ridgeview. All right, we got the good dealer in there. We'll get to that. Donald has a good dealer. So, and then Go Stang says, good evening, all. And we got Mike M is in the house. Says, hello, Ridgeview. Hello, all. We are having a couple of days of perfect weather here in Knoxville area in between storms. Hope everyone is safe from storms over the past few days. A lot of storms around. All right. Brian. He's from California, so from Orange County, California. Hey, all, from a beautiful day. And, we should have everybody go in there and tell them, say where they're from. It'd be fun. He says he won't be in long tonight, but appreciate you jumping in.
It would be fun to see where everyone checks in from.
Yeah. A lot of the members, like we know, but other people may not know. So it'd be kind of fun.
That's true.
Clarence said, Tim, how did the hail inspection go on Saturday? It actually took several days. So they had, I was talking about that to the members. So the member lot walk I mentioned, because they had the row of cars. I think they got I don't know if they got them all done, but I know that some of them had to stay and come back on Sunday and work. but I know today they were still trying to find a few stragglers that they didn't get inspected. So anyway, so still working on it. So we had all of ours. We had hail damage, so all of ours are being inspected.
Yeah.
Figure out the damage on that. But because of that, we do have a hail sale, so $1,000 off on most vehicles. And actually, today we actually lowered even more on some of them. So
Yeah.
than just $1,000. So there you go. But all right, Elizabeth K said hello, everyone. Bucko, good evening, everyone. Mabsim's in here. Evening, everyone. And yes, Niles, let's get rowdy. What's in the cup? What's in the cup? We'll figure that out.
What's in the cup?
And Mabsim, I think, is going to be at Carlisle this weekend. I wish I could be there. Just a lot of, I'm trying to hold off on the traveling this year just for not so they can have the off-road, more of the off-road adventures and everything. But yeah, anyway, Rushman said hi from New Jersey. We got Jack in here, Jack Evans. Hey, Ridgeview. I just settled in time for Tim and Sarah. Tim and Niles. Sarah on vacation. Sorry for missing Johnny tonight. Oh, I didn't realize he was on tonight. I'll have to check that out. Gino from Florida. I know where he's from. Hi, all. Mid-Coast, Maine. I think he's from Maine. Good evening from Maine Coast. So yeah, and we actually, Richie and I were talking on our own little chat there about you, that we're going to be in New Hampshire, actually Maine. We're going to go to Portland, Maine, flying to Portland, Maine, and then we're going to the off rodeo. Sarah and I are.
That's cool.
So we're going to off rodeo. So we talked about that, and actually maybe meeting up with Johnny. So we'll see. Anyway, all right. So what else we got here? And Mike M again said driving with the top down. Yeah, he's got a convertible Mustang.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool. I do. I lower that top more often than I thought I would. All right. Brandon says howdy. So he's from Arkansas, I believe. And there, Johnny's in here. Good evening, folks. That Bronco looks like it's having fun and doing what it's made for. Yes. And I just have a rear locker, so we're having a lot of fun with just the rear locker. So, and there's Ragnar Khan talking about his channel earlier. Did you know today was Tuesday? Yes. I didn't know today was Tuesday, but the fact that Tim and Niles are here means that today is apparently Tuesday. I love his intros, I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah. He's here. That's for sure.
All right. So there you go. So there's all those. So, okay.
Yeah. Sorry if I missed any of our members. I apologize. Yeah. It's the first time I've been thrown in this seat. Tim's making me work over here.
Yeah. Sarah does a good job handling it.
There's a lot more going on over here than what you think.
She does a very good job at moderating I wouldn't say moderating, but more of, what do you call it? Producing the show. She does a good job at producing the show. And I always, whenever I think of this, I kind of feel like sometimes this is like a talk show. Yeah. I try to kind of bring that in. So have you ever seen Kramer?
A little bit.
Yeah. So the what was her? Raj.
Yeah.
Was always her kept him on, prepping the calls and all that from so and so from whatever.
Yeah.
So we should do that for every question. It's like, okay, well, Donald had a question from whatever.
That would be hilarious.
Anyway, all right. But what is in the cup?
What is in Tim's cup?
So I do have some of this.
We need to. All right, Tim. I know I've heckled you for a long time. We need its own slide. It needs a slide.
It needs a slide. I did find some of this G Fuel powder. So my son uses this a lot. So it's a lot healthier for you than having the carbonated stuff and cans and everything. But so more water. So I've had a couple of these now today. So it keeps your energy level going. So
that's cool.
Anyway, so that's what's in the cup. So a little bit of powder of that plus water. I do have a Mountain Dew here. I was drinking earlier. We might have to bring it out. We'll see.
Rocking a sweet tea.
Mm-hmm. All righty. So there you go. So there's that. Oh, we got, okay, hold on. We also have another member, Aurora's in here. She's not showing as a member, but she is one of our members and a non-member, but technically she is because I have an account.
I mean,
a member account. So, and she's in here as well. So got to keep things fleet correct. Maybe now's the time to show her drive. We showed it earlier. I didn't show that part. Let's do that before we get into the. Make sure I get the right one.
Tim's diving in the files.
Yeah, here we go.
Johnny. Oh my goodness. He said powder is good in a cup and never in the nose.
There you go.
Solid advice.
So let's show Barb's drive through the water here. There we go. It was all fun right there.
That's so cool.
All right. So that was fun. So I had to make sure we showed that while she was in here. So yeah, having fun there. And so by the way, she was not driving. We did damage on the Bronco. That was me. So I damaged her Bronco. See, for a long time we always argue, who is it, my Bronco or her Bronco? Well, now that's got damage, it's hers. Just kidding. It's her Bronco now. Anyway.
Oh.
All right. Moving on. We got a good dealer moment here. All right, so we got a good dealer moment, right? Oh yeah, over here on the start. So Donald has our good dealer. I was like, I'm kind of glad that he brought this up because I wasn't ready. I was going to skip over it.
Yeah.
But here's his good dealer. He actually commented here, good dealer from Pahunka Ford of Salisbury, and my sales lady Leah Culver. Who was just awesome, kept me updated, even when she knew it wasn't going to make me happy. And the second part of that is continued. Good dealer, sales manager Haley, and finance managers or finance marquees are awesome. So high pressure, no high pressure, sold at MSRP. So that's pretty awesome. So good dealer there. Pahunka Ford of Salisbury. I don't know if I said that right, but there you go. There's a good dealer.
I'm glad you read that because there's no chance I was going to pronounce that right.
I probably didn't either.
Not a shot, bucko.
Hey, people say I say lariat wrong. So, you never know.
Good luck. I don't know.
All right. There we go. All right. So there's that. So next up, we do have the scheduling news. And this week we have information from wholesale for next month as well. So a couple things to cover this week, so it's a double bonus. So all right, we got any questions before going into that?
No, but I just learned of a new drink, mach-e. Evidently is root beer with an attitude, and upon hearing this wonderful news, I too need to try mach-e. It sounds like I need to be a part of this experience.
So when we went to Tennessee, I never knew of mocktails.
Really?
I never knew they existed. I'm like, what's a mocktail?
Yeah.
They said, well, does it have alcohol? I'm like, oh, okay.
I mean,
I could see that now. Mocktail. Right. Anyway. All right. So, okay. Just checking the chat there. Make sure.
Yeah, sorry. I'm reading through everything right now, too.
Gotta make sure I'm not in trouble there. All right. Anyway, okay. All right. Anyway, yeah, just go ahead while we're going to get into scheduling. And this now's new. So now, as you see any questions in there, go ahead and star those so we can bring those up after we get done. We're going to go through scheduling notes here. And there's a lot to cover. I might have to wear my glasses because I'm struggling. All right. Let's get into this. If I can get the right slide and everything.
Nailed it.
Almost got that wrong. All right, so we're going to get into the scheduling information this week, and we do actually have quite a few things to cover this week, because we're not only going to just cover the scheduling for this week, but also what's going on for next month as well for scheduling, and the dates on that. I think is going to be around the 10th, I think. Anyway, we'll get into that a little bit later here, but so we'll get some bonus stuff for you guys there. Now, first, let's go over some of the different terminology. So hopefully, before you jump into the vehicle of your choice, hopefully you guys stop for a second and listen to the scheduling, because there are a lot of questions I have a lot of weeks, and they're always the same each week, and I'll cover them during these the terminology. So we'll go through some of the different things real quick. So let me pull up that slide here. There we go. So the order bank is where the dealer places all stock and retail orders. And take note that when you're ordering from the dealer, not from Ford. I know a lot of people think, nope, I'm ordering a vehicle from Ford. Technically, you're not. So the dealer places the order for you, but it is ordered by the dealer. So Ford is building vehicles for the dealers. The dealer sells it to the customer. A retail order to Ford shows them that that's one that's already a sold order that somebody wants to get to buy at the vehicle when it gets there. So that's why they take priority over the retail orders. So customer placed orders, you can see there, stock is for dealer or stock inventory. Priority codes are given to those orders. 09 or 03 through 19 are retail. And then 20 to 80 is stock. So the lower it, the better. So, they even reminded dealers this week, prioritize your orders to help it. If you have them all at 3 or all at 19, you're really not prioritizing any of the orders, which, may be a good thing, because then it gives everybody a level playing field when it comes to their order getting built. Scheduling, that is when Ford schedules an order for production dates in the future months. So we're talking about our vehicles that will schedule on Thursday for dates in the dates that we specify during this session here. Allocations, Ford gives dealers allocations to schedule their orders. A dealer needs an allocation to schedule an order in the order bank, even a retail order. Just because you have a retail order doesn't mean it automatically gets a production date when you do it. This isn't Tesla. So that's you have to get an allocation from the dealer, and the dealer earns those allocations from their sales volume for each model within the region. Just realized I had that spelled wrong in there, so we'll get that fixed for next week. Constraints, that is an option that might be in short supply or take longer to build. And capacity, that is the planned production rate of a given motor, trim, and option. So they will build within the capacity, and they will not go over that. Even if there's a more orders for like an XL trim Maverick, if their capacity is 25%, they're going to build to that 25%. Even if 60% of the orders are XL, it doesn't matter. They're going to schedule to that capacity, because that capacity is given to them based on supplier input of what they can give them, and that's how they figure that. Job 1 and job 2. Production is run into 2 different job runs, so that way they split it in case there are any changes that need to be made. Sometimes you'll see a new product be introduced into job 2 halfway through the year, so that way they don't have to wait till the next year. Balance out, that's the end of production or the balance out of that they can produce for an option, a model. We do actually have later, when we get to next month's allocations and scheduling, there is a model that is going to be balancing out next month. So we'll talk about that for this model year. Yeah, there you go. There's that. All right, so let's get in first and start talking about the 24 model year Mustang. Mustang order banks are open up for stock and retail ordering. I will tell you this, today was the last day to submit a retail dark horse order, which means that if you want to order after that, the dealer would have to place a stock order for you. But allocations are separate for dark horse. So the dealer would need a dark horse allocation. A lot of dealers aren't getting that many for the year. In fact, they don't usually get one every month. Sometimes it's a lot less than that. So, all right. So then this week, they are not scheduling the Mustang for production. So they're not going to be scheduling Mustang. So there you go. So there's no other notes on that. So hopefully, though, order banks will probably close by the time you're watching this for the day. So hopefully you got your Dark Horse order in if you wanted to for this model year. So next is the 24 model year Escape. Order banks are currently open up for the Escape, but will be closing soon. So June 6th is when the Escape 24 model year Escape order banks will be closing because they are balancing out that model here coming up. We'll talk about that later under the under July's scheduling information. They are not scheduling this week for the Escape. By the way, I don't have the unscheduled retail order number because the commodity report was not out before I pulled these. All right, next is the 24 model year Bronco Sport. The order banks are open up for the Bronco Sport right now. So there you have that. Also, they are scheduling this week for the build weeks in July, the weeks of July 1st to the weeks of July 29th. Cleanup scheduling, which means a dealer needs an allocation, and they're trying to fulfill that allocation for those dealers. And a lot of times they've already scheduled the retails they're going to for the dealer, unless the dealer puts in a retail within the last week. At that point, they're going to be looking for stock scheduling of some orders or some last allocations. Limit availability for the T7F tire, which is a 235/65 R17 all-terrain tire. That's the off-road one that's optional on the Badlands. Also, limit availability for the Tech package, which is optional on the Outer Banks. That's option 96D. Exhausted availability for the convenience package, which is optional on the Big Ben and freewheeling. That is package option number 96B, as well as the standard wheel on the Badlands, a 17-inch carbon gray painted alloy wheel. That is wheel option 64U. That's all the notes we have for Bronco Sport. 24 model year Bronco. The order banks are open up for about all configurations, with the exception of the Heritage Limited Edition and Heritage Edition. They are balancing out for retail. Hold on a second. And there's notes in here for the first time that I've seen. It says open, that the order banks are open for Heritage 2-door and Heritage Limited 2-door for stock, and open for Heritage 2-door, regular Heritage 2-door for retail. I haven't tried to put an order in, but I just now saw this because I didn't look this over for the live stream. So there we go. I don't know if they're going to open that back up. They are not scheduling this week, it looks like. And it does say an important reminder here that 4-door Heritage Limited balanced out for 24 model year. So if a dealer has a Heritage Limited order, you have to put that stock 2-door order in to get that. They're balanced out on Heritage 4-door Limited, as well as closed out on Heritage 4-door too on that. So, or you can't order one, I should say. And then also they are transitioned from job 1 to job 2. It says 2.7 liter engine will no longer be available for the new Outer Bank orders. So if you didn't get an Outer Bank order in with a 2.7, you will not be able to. That includes both retail and stock. So they are not going to be available to order those on the Outer Banks or the Big Ben, really, which is why we're ordering a bunch of Black Diamonds with the 2.7. Existing retail orders with the 2.7 will be built, though. Also, the new 33-inch mud terrain tires will not be available for Badlands version. That was a new option, and they never scheduled any of them. So anyway, there you go. There's that. All right. More to come on that Heritage Edition, whether or not you can go back to placing an order. So try to get you information on that. 24 model year Mach-E. The order banks are open up, including they're on job 2 order bank right now. So they are open. They are not scheduling this week, so we have no notes on Mach-E. But during the dealer news update, we are going to talk a little bit about Mach-E and how you can order a select and get some pretty good equipment and save yourself some money. So, all right, next is a 25 model year Explorer. Order banks are open up for the Explorer, both stock and retail. They are scheduled this week for the weeks of 7/1 through 7/29. It is cleanup scheduling. So again, a dealer needs an allocation. If you put in a retail order within the last week and a dealer has an allocation, you have a pretty good chance of probably getting scheduled. They are needing some ST line orders without the street package for dealers on stock. Limit availability for the 20-inch by 8.5-inch machine aluminum wheel. That's standard on the ST line. And exhaust availability for the ST version, as well as the Platinum version and the Active version. That leaves the ST line. And then looks like also exhaust availability for the 20-inch carbon gray painted aluminum wheel, as well as the 21 by 9-inch aluminum premium finish wheel, and also exhaust availability for the ST line street package. So there you go. Not a lot of configurations they can actually schedule, sounds like, right there. All right, next is the 24 model year Expedition. Order banks are open up right now, and they're not scheduling this week. So within the last 4 weeks, they've only scheduled 1 week on the Expedition. That makes me think that they're getting close to being balanced out, but they're not planning to next month yet. 24 model year Maverick order banks are open up for retail in stock ordering. They are scheduled this week for the weeks of July 1st to the weeks of July 29th. It is cleanup scheduling. Again, that means a dealer has an allocation. They want to fulfill that allocation for them in any way possible, even if that means doing a stock instead of a retail order. So sometimes you'll see that if all the retail orders are configuration that they're full on and they don't have availability on, then they'll pull a stock one instead to fulfill that allocation for that dealer. Exhaust availability for the XL trim, as well as the 225/65 R17 all-season tire that is on the XL and XLT. That's T7R tire code. Also, the black appearance package, which is optional on the XLT, and Lariat trim, which is option 59D. The 18-inch machine face black painted aluminum wheel, which is optional on Lariat. That's the optional wheel 64B, as well as a 17-inch machine face carbon gray painted aluminum wheel, which is optional on XLT and Lariat. That's wheel option 64V. And then wheel option 648, the 18-inch machine face bright aluminum wheel, which is standard on Lariat, is also exhausted right now. All right. Next is the 24 model year Ranger. Order banks are open up for the Ranger. They are not scheduled this week, though, so no notes there for Ranger. Next is the 24 model year Super Duty. Order banks are open up for the Super Duty. They are scheduling this week for Kentucky Truck Plant for the weeks of 7/8 through the weeks of 7/22, and at Ohio Assembly Plant for the week of 7/29. They're still needing those F250 and 350 XL orders without the fifth wheel gooseneck hitch prep package, 53W. They also need some F250 and 350 Lariat orders with the 7.3 liter gas engine, that's 99N, without the fifth wheel gooseneck hitch prep package. Again, that's 53W. There you go. Also, it says they're needing some tough bed spray and liner orders. So they're still not up to their production capacity there. So it should be good if you want it. The limit availability for the XLT and the limited, and then also limit availability for the lug nut cap that's available in the Lariat, F250 single rear wheel, XLT, F250, 350 single rear wheel, 4x4s with the 10.5 axle. So that's all in parentheses, all that. So, and then also option 17Y trimmer off-road package is limit availability, which is optional on XLT, Lariat, King Ranch, and Platinum. And then option 15E, the gooseneck dual hitch kit that's optional on XL, XLT, Lariat, and F450 is limit availability as well. So there's all those. All right, next up is the 24 model year F-150. Order banks are open up for the 24 F-150. They are scheduled this week for the week of 7/22. Also, a reminder, we've been saying this every week now. Don't forget, if you have the Max trailer tow package, that you need the Max trailer tow axle that would go with it. So on your 3.5 liter gas engine, make sure you have option XL5, which is the 355 axle. And then on your 5.0 liters, it's the 373 axle XL7. Power Boost don't need to worry about it. They already have a 373, so they're good to go. The bed utility package is changing. Don't forget about that. The box link plates are different now. They're being replaced, but you can still get the original cleat should be included in your vehicle when it comes in. But the cleat, the locking cleat, you'll have to get through your Ford dealer. Limit availability for the 3.5 hybrid motor as well as limited availability for the all-terrain tire, the 275/60R20. That is, it says it's 4x4 standard on STX and Lariat. And then the 20-inch gloss black painted aluminum wheel that's included in the XLT black appearance package, plus Lariat, and also the Lariat black appearance package. So there you go. And then the Tough Bed spray liner is limited availability. So this is different than the Super D. Super D, where they want you to have it. On the F-150, they don't want you to have it. So there you go. Next is the 24 model year Transit. Order banks are open up for the Transit. They are scheduled this week for the week build week of, or production week of 7/22. Limited availability for the medium roof van. That is body code body code E1C, E2C, R1C, R2C, and W2C and W9C. Also, limited availability for the low roof van, E1Y, E2Y, R1Y, R2Y, W1Y, and W2Y, as well as limited availability for the 3-passenger configuration, 3-seat passenger configuration, as well as the 3.5 V6 engine and a 3.5 GTDI that's except for the Transit, the Trail. Those are still okay. So, all right. So there's that. Next up, I want to cover is scheduling information for next month. So it's probably going to be a little while. It's going to probably start scheduling in around June 10th, I think. That should be the second Tuesday or second week of June. But let's go over some of the information for that month. So the 24 model year Mustang will be scheduling for August production dates. They're going to schedule for 4 weeks of production. And they're going to be scheduled for the weeks of August 5th to the weeks of August 26th. The only note in here for the Mustang is the Night Pony package with the black painted roof. 60G is retail only, so it's not available for stock. And then for specialty scheduling, the Mustang Dark Horse, potentially last wholesale for them. They're going to be scheduled for the same weeks as the regular Mustang lineup, but they are balancing out. So the retail order bank is closing May 28th, which is today. So potentially the last 24 model year wholesale for Dark Horse. All right. The 24 model year Mach-E, they are scheduling for 4 weeks of production in August, the same weeks, August 5th through August 26th. It is job 2 startup for job 2 production. So any changes, I don't think there are really any Mach-E changes for job 2, but there you go. 24 Escape. So the 24 model year Escape, including the plug-in, this is balance out. So August, balance out. They are going to be scheduling into September as well. So 6 weeks of scheduling for production. So the weeks of August 5th through September 9th, the week of September 9th. So that is when they're going to balance out and then move to 25 model year. We think they haven't mentioned 25 model year, and some people think that Escape is done after this year. I think it's not going to be, but they haven't given us any information on 25 model year yet. So, all right, next is the 24 Bronco. It is scheduling 4 weeks of production. Again, weeks of August 5th through August 26th. So there you go. And Bronco Raptor also is scheduling for the same 4 weeks as well, August 5th through August 26th. So no other notes there. We're on to job 2 for that. So all those can be available, even those black painted roof, which we've been playing around with some different configurations for some stock Broncos that I think you'll be impressed with. 24 model year Bronco Sport. It is scheduling for 4 weeks of production, same weeks, 8/5 through 8/26. I do actually have some notes here in just a little bit. We're going to talk about for Bronco Sport for stock ordering. All right, next is 25 model year Explorer, scheduling for 4 weeks in August as well, August 5th through August 26th. 24 model year Expedition, they are scheduling, it says in here, for 4 weeks of production, August 5th through August 26th. No notes in there about 25 model year yet. 24 model year Maverick, they are scheduling for 4 weeks of production, August 5th through August 26th. 24 model year Ranger It is scheduled also for 4 weeks, August 5th through August 26th. Ranger Raptor also scheduling for the same weeks. And then 24 model year F-150 scheduled for 4 weeks of production, August 5th through August 26th. And F-150 Raptor and Raptor R are following the same dates as well for scheduling. And then 24 model year Super Duty, they're scheduled for 4 weeks of production, August 5th through August 26th. There we go. And then 24 model year Transit, they're scheduled for 4 weeks of production, August 5th through August 26th as well. Don't think I missed any specialties on all those. And every model lineup is scheduling. So that's sometimes they'll skip some models, but they are scheduling for all of them. There you go. And then a couple notes for scheduling. 24 model year Maverick turn and earn. So the next after June, July's wholesale will be a new mixture. So what they're basically saying is that at the beginning of this model year for the Maverick, they basically gave dealers their allocations they're going to receive early and told them, here's what they are. Here's what you can expect for this year. And then now they'll be going off a new allocation system starting for September production dates for July wholesale, July scheduling, right? And so that will be going based on completely sale of Mavericks. So they're just reminding dealers to make sure you get all your sold off, which we're done. We've actually sold all of our Mavericks. We don't have any available. So we sold them all, Ford. So we're ready. Also, 24 model year Bronco will also be on a turn and earn as well, meaning that what you sell is what you earn, whereas right now it's been on a different formula up till then. And it does say coming soon. So it's saying that the next several wholesales, this one for June as well as one for July, will be based on the old system. And then after that, August wholesale will be based on the normal allocation based on your sales volume for Broncos. And that'll be a turn and earn on that point for October production. So they still plan to build 24 model year Broncos in the month of October. And I would assume probably November as well, being that they wouldn't make this change for just 1 month. They would make it for 2 months. So for at least a couple months. So that kind of gives us some scope on what's going on there. So anyway, all right. And then lastly, some new configurations for 24 model year for Bronco Sport for stock scheduling. So this has not, these are some things that have not been available for dealers to order as stock, only as retail. Now, Big Ben can have the trailer tow package with the cargo management system added to their orders. So if they want to order those, before you had to get a Black Diamond off-road package to you get the tow package. Now dealers can order that. Also on the Heritage, you can order the convenience package with the Copilot 360 Assist Plus package for a stock order. Before it had to be a retail order to do that. Outer Banks can now order the tow package as well with the cargo management system. So that, again, was only available on the Black Diamond off-road package for the Outer Banks. And then, or a retail order, of course. And then now on Badlands, now dealers can order the optional wheel for a stock order for a Badlands. So premium package can be ordered, the Wild Peak tires, as well as that low gloss aluminum wheel as well. So that's all available now for that. So that's some changes to stock ordering for now. So there you go. All right, that's all the wholesale for this week. So now, again, don't forget, if you're watching the Wednesday video of this recording, then you can go ahead and drop your questions down below. But if you're with us live right now on this video, you can drop those in and we'll answer those questions now. There we go. Okay. I don't know if you're able to tag any. I know this is if you're trying to. Do you have it?
I have 3 in there that are tagged. I don't know if those are exactly pertinent to what. Don't know exactly if those are pertinent to what we were discussing about, but there is a few things in there that I figured you could shed some light on.
All right. Let's do that.
Ben said, dealer said, I looked at your order and Ford did preview it for scheduling today. Not sure why it didn't. We do have Lariat allocations and none of the 23 units got scheduled all hybrid engines. So I think that's a local dealer thing to Ben.
Right here.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't put that on the screen. Sorry,
Oh,
guys.
yeah, you're fine.
Still learning here.
Yeah.
Bear with me.
I just looked. Yeah.
So it sounds like he has a local dealer thing going on where.
Okay, so they'll schedule on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and then they'll actually schedule them on Thursday.
Okay.
So they'll have a couple of days of preview, and that kind of gives dealers an idea of, hey, we're thinking maybe this order might get selected, but it doesn't mean just because it previews on Tuesday or Wednesday that it's going to schedule. We've seen some preview on a Tuesday, but not preview on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I know my Bronco, for 1 week it previewed. I'm like, oh, awesome, it's going to schedule. It didn't schedule that week.
Okay.
But then the next week it previewed, and then it did schedule. So sometimes they just look at it and see, and sometimes they might preview an order, but they may not be planning to schedule for that type of order. But it doesn't mean it. Sometimes it's kind of weird like that. So we'll see, like Bronco that happened, or it was Explorer. We had that happen like last week, where we saw or the week before, we saw some stock ones preview, but they were only doing retail scheduling, so it didn't schedule because they were only doing retails. But then the next week, they did schedule. So it's kind of, some of that kind of happens. But
similar there. I was going to say the next one that I was going to have you take a look at is from Henry, and he is kind of on the same thing. He said, so the fact that they previewed my F450 order a few weeks ago basically doesn't mean anything.
So now what is a good thing about the previewing is that means that it's kind of has a priority, though.
Yeah.
So when we do finally get an F450 schedule, it'll probably be yours. So that is a benefit of previewing. Kind of like with mine Bronco, that 1 week it was a Big Ben, so it previewed that 1 week, and then I think they scheduled a different trim level that week. But then the next week, when they were ready to schedule a Big Ben, it got scheduled because it was a priority. So it's going to preview. That means you're kind of at the top of the list for the 450s. So your order, we haven't had a 450 schedule since yours previewed, because we were in Tennessee. His previewed the week we were in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
At Supercell. And I was like, hey, your order is previewing. And then it didn't get selected that week. And but we haven't had any 450s preview since then. So even his, and they haven't had any 450 schedule. So it wasn't like it got passed over. But the next time we do get a 450 that they schedule, it'll probably be his. And I haven't looked this week to see if it's previewing. When we're off on a Monday, on Tuesday, we're doing Mondays and Tuesday stuff. So for us, some of us, I had, normally I only have one meeting on Tuesdays. I had 2 meetings on Tuesday. So, so that kind of happens. But yeah, so there you go. That's kind of,
kind of along the same lines there.
So,
and then I've slowly added more to this. So sorry, your list is growing. I don't know.
Here's one.
Yep.
That one there. EOP Media says, I happen to have the route code to my build. I'm not sure what that is. Is there an easy way to see the rail schedules? Or do you have to have a Ford account? I don't know what you're talking about for rail schedules. As dealers, we have access to what we call VenView, and I'm assuming you're talking about that it's already been like shipped, is what I'm assuming what you're talking about. And we used to have like rail card numbers when we had vehicle visibility, and now that they're going to the VenView, we don't have access to that. So like I looked at mine, and mine went on the rail. I could see that it said rail, that was on the rail last week. It was last Thursday, I think, mine got on the rail. And now I can see that it's been moved up and it's at the border at Texas. So I can see as it moves, but I can't actually, go to the rail car, because as dealers now I can do that. But only dealers have access to that. So you would have to work with them on that. But yeah, they don't share the rail car number anymore. So at least I haven't been able to dig far enough into VenView to be able to find it. So we used to, in vehicle visibility, you used to see, hey, it's on, this rail company, and here is the number. Then you could call them or you could track it. But anymore, I haven't found how you can do that. So.
Okay. Yeah, there's that one. And then looks like JMC had just had my date moved on my 25 Explorer production from 610 to 617. Any light on that, on possible production issues in Chicago assembly?
No, sometimes a lot of times, I remember a lot of times you're scheduling a lot of these models 2 months in advance. And so you're scheduled 2 months in advance, assuming the supply that they're normally going to give you. And so you're kind of scheduling with that in mind. But then as you get closer, things change on that. So suppliers don't supply that. So then because of that, they got to take that order and they got to start looking and going, well, we can't make that one this week because we're not going to have the parts that week. So that's a lot of times the reason it moves is because the part availability changed on them by the different suppliers. So that's more than likely that's the reason. So there you go. Anything else?
I think there's one more in there.
This in here?
Yeah.
All right. Did the dealer installed keypad change for Maverick? It's been the same as it was from the beginning of 24 model year. That hasn't changed. And every model is different. So some models still have the keypad as an option or as standard equipment, like the F-150. But some models they have decided to just make it a dealer installed option, which is what it's on the Maverick. It is a dealer installed option. So you can still get a keypad entry. The dealer has to install it. You order it with your vehicle or even order aftermarket, it can be put on.
Yeah.
So,
and just a pro tip on that, if you are ordering that, the one question that Ford will make you answer specifically is, does it have factory remote start or not?
Yeah.
And there's 2 different part numbers that will be required for that. So, and I know for a little while there was a little bit of a programming issue, making sure that what was boxed, it might be in a part number A box, but it might have been the actual B part. So there was a little bit of a mix up there for a little bit, but Ford got it figured out.
Yeah, I'm saying I think there for a little while we were getting the wrong because they forgot that there were 2 different ones.
Yeah.
When they were done, but yeah. So, yep, there you go. All right. Okay. Well, then we're ready to move on to dealer news if we don't have any other questions.
I'm sorry if I missed any questions. Hopefully you guys can forgive me. And if I missed it, go ahead and drop it again and I'll make sure I mark it for Tim.
Yeah, if you're watching this, of course, if you're watching this live with us or answering questions live that was in the chat, if you're dropping them in the comments and you're watching it recorded, then of course we're not able to see that live.
Tim will get to it later.
Yeah, so we'll try to we'll still try to answer that question. But yeah, so if you have any other questions, drop them in there and we'll try to make sure we get those answered. We'll have a Q&A at the end as well. But we're trying to, especially on the scheduling stuff, some people watch just for the scheduling and want to answer those questions. We like to answer those scheduling questions then. And then instead of at the end, wait until the end. All right. Nothing more. I don't have a lot of dealer news updates, but there are a couple things that I thought we got from scheduling information from last Friday that I thought, well, it might be fun information to kind of just review and go over. So we'll go over that. All right. So the first one from that, they reminded dealers that on the select trim for the Mach-E for 24 model year that they do have kind of a like an appearance package availability where you can, and they're expecting dealers to kind of like not really for stock. I mean, although dealers can stock, I'm going to actually talk about that for Lightning because we've talked about that before and how dealers can get them for stock. But on the select trim on the Mach-E, you can get a black painted steel roof. So it's not viewable. It's a black painted. It's option 65S, and it's $695 for that option. And they also have a 19-inch high gloss black painted wheel, 643, which is $795. They encourage dealers to put them together and make more, kind of an appearance package, a look to it. And they actually show an image kind of right here, where the one there on the right has the wheel and the black painted roof there on it. They also reminded us for $1,500, you can get a comfort package light option 67F, which gives you the heated driver and front passenger seats, heated steering wheel, and driver memory for the side view power folding mirrors and the driver's seat. So there's a couple different things that dealers can add to those select orders. for people that are wanting to get into a cheap Mach-E, but they kind of want a nice appearance package look, you can has a couple options. So kind of some reminders to dealers there on that. And figure why not tell you guys too. Also for the Mustang, a couple things. They are mentioning, as we mentioned earlier, the Dark Horse is closing out after today. And they will, it says, continue to add the carbon fiber wheel on the Dark Horse handling package orders to those that are in the system. And also reminded dealers that they still have the availability for the matte clear film is available not just on the Dark Horse, but also on the EcoBoost and the GT. So you can add that option code on there if you want. It changes the appearance of the vehicle, gives it a matte finish look, which is kind of an in thing right now. We notice it a lot of auto shows, but so that is an option on EcoBoost and GT. So it's pretty expensive though.
It is. Well, and
I can't remember what the cost was.
We do that in the Expel Clear Bra. We also have the Stealth, which is like the matte. It is not cheap. It's a lot of labor.
And that's pretty much what they're doing at the factory.
Yeah, it is.
So, and they also reminded dealers that the 60th anniversary package will be available for 25 model year Mustang, which I thought 25 model year doesn't start till January, but they might change that. So that'll be available. It'll be a limited production, 3 colors: Wimbledon white, race red, and vapor blue. So, and it says more info to share on upcoming wholesale. So there you go. I don't know. Anyway. And lastly, for dealer news, the Transit's rear door hinge is being updated. So there are currently right now you have, well, let's just go through what's currently going on and what's the change is going to be. So that 253 degree rear door hinge. So basically, here's an image of that. So on that white Transit right there, it hinges all the way back against the back, and it actually has a magnet on the side, so it can just open all the way back. That's 253 degree hinge there. So that will remain standard on all long wheelbase, medium, high roof cargo van offerings. The change will be that you'll get 180 degree rear door hinges will become optional on all cargo vans and remain standard on the single wheel or the short wheelbase cargo van. So basically it allows for those people that don't want the big 250 degree hinge, they can choose the 180 as optional, and then the standard configuration on the short wheelbase will be the 180 degree. That's the one that's red. All right. And then another change will be all passenger van series will receive the required 180 degree hinge, no longer offering the 250 degree hinge. And then also $75 invoice credit will be processed for those affected units with the optional 180 hinge. And then also then they'll update the order guides to reflect this. So they're having a supplier issue here. So due to supplier shortage, that's why they need to make this change on those vans. So there you go. There's that.
No vehicle model left behind. Even Transits get mentioned.
That's right. All right. I'll have the love for the Transits here. All right. Anything you noticed in there?
No.
Not really. Okay. All right. We're going to just roll on along to recalls. There are a few recalls this week. None on the Maverick, I don't believe. Hold on. Let me double check. Actually,
wait a minute.
Well, kind of a update on the Maverick. Kind of as a dealer news update. Yep. No, not really. All right. Let's get into this. All right. So this first one, actually, it's really weird. It was dated different. Okay. This in here is a safety recall 24S29. This is for 2017 to 2019 Transit Connect, the panoramic roof panel repair. There's only 1,310 vehicles affected by this. And some of the affected vehicles, that an improper bond may exist between the panoramic roof panel and the vehicle. Now, this is a recall we actually talked about and gave you guys an advanced update. This is the official recall now that is out and with the dates. So letters are going to go out the week of June 3rd to those affected by this. So the panoramic vista roof panel may, with an improper bond, may result in a wind noise, water leak, in some cases separation from the vehicle. Of course, if it's separated, risk of crash for you as well as people that are behind you, right? So anyway, so there's that recall. That's the official recall now. We, a lot of times we'll go through these when we get these. There'll be an advance notice on these that, hey, this is going to be a recall coming out. If your customers come in, you kind of know a little bit of a heads up, but that we don't have repair orders. In this case, now they have the service action available, and the dates on when those are going to be mailed out. So, all right. So this other came across not as a recall notice, but it does say in here that 24S24, which we talked about last week, is ready. It says resumed for the Bronco Sport and the Maverick. So this is now available for 21 to 24 Bronco Sport and 22 to 23 Maverick. The repair work may be resumed. So they actually did a pause on that. So we talked about it last week, but then they basically paused it. They're saying now they can do the repair. Go ahead and do the repair orders as planned on those. So, all right. Next one is the Safety Recall 24S11. This is a supplement update to this recall. So certain 23 model year F-150 Lightnings, the high voltage battery junction box bus bar retention nut inspection. So they have updated the service action with the parts, and final repair is now available for this. So they have all that information in there for labor, and parts ordering and everything, all that information. The instruction for the technicians is in there, and they've updated the owner letter that will be mailed. And so it looks like those are going to go out. Those letters, there's 215 vehicles affected by this, by the way, and letters are going to go out the week. Actually, they already went out, but they were updated for the week of May 27th. Some people may get theirs this week. And then it says, for those of you who don't know, in some of the affected vehicles, there may be missing or loose retention nuts on the high voltage battery junction box bus bars and the high voltage battery pack. Electrical arcing may occur, which can increase the risk of fire. In addition, a stop safely now message may occur in the instrument cluster, followed by loss of motor power. So, so they've updated the service action and everything so they can take care of this. There you go. Next one is Safety Recall 23S65. This is actually supplement number 1. So this is an update. The reason for this one is the parts availability for the final repair have been updated for this recall. And this is for 21 to 23 model year F-150s equipped with the 9.75-inch heavy-duty axle with the 3/4 float axle. So if you just to remind you that 113,066 vehicles could be affected by this for the F-150 21 to 23 F-150. Some of the affected vehicles, the wheel end hub bolt may become loose and make a clicking noise, or separate and make a rattle noise. So, and this is often discovered by technicians during the routine maintenance, such as oil changes and tire rotations, when a rattle is found coming from the wheel cap. The loss of a wheel hub bolt will not result in a wheel separation. However, over time, a broken bolt can lead to wear within the axle and damage the axle hub spleens. In this condition, the vehicle may roll and park if the parking brake is not applied, increasing the risk of injury or crash. Letters went out already, but they are going to update that. A second owner letter with updated part availability is expected to be mailed out the week of June 10th. So now they have that updated with the parts availability. Parts for the final repair for this program are available. And then also the identified VINs will be in the Oasis now and updated. And then the letters, of course, as well in the technical instructions. So there you go. And then this last one, I think I have 2 more. All right, so this one here is Harvest Program 24H01 for 24 model year Mustangs. So this in here affects only 11 vehicles. And this program will stay in effect through May 31st of 2025. The reason for this program is that this is a proactive investigation program by Ford Motor Company to obtain field parts for evaluation. Ford is voluntarily conducting this program to evaluate the field performance and functionality of the obtained left-hand engine cylinder heads. Parts obtained from this program must be returned to Ford for evaluation. So there you go. And then letters are going to go out the week of June 3rd for those 11 vehicles. And then last one is an update before sale 24U07 for 24 model year F-150s. We actually did tell you about this, I think. So this is to update the HVAC modular. So this program will be in effect through May 31st of 2025 for unsold vehicles. So this is supposed to be done within the first 60 days. Wait, no, actually it says, or up to 60 days post the warranty start date. This is for 115,491 vehicles built at Dearborn and Kansas City. And in some of the affected vehicles, the air conditioning may lack proper airflow or temperature reduction. So letters won't go out to owners because this is supposed to be done before it, at the time that the vehicle comes in, basically. So when they go to do the PDI, pre-delivery inspection, they're supposed to do this as well. And so all the program information is now available. So anyway, all right, that's it.
Wild time.
Yeah. And sometimes, a lot of people are like, man, Ford has a lot of recalls and everything. And I cover a lot of things, but some of these are safety recalls, which is probably the biggest ones. But some of them are just like a program or something, just to make sure things are going well and everything else, so that there's no major issues down the road. So I'd rather have a recall and then pick something now than something come up down the road. So, some manufacturers like Tesla, they'll just wait until they have lawsuits.
Mm-hmm.
Ford's like, no, we're gonna do
Ford
that.
is proactive, not reactive.
Yeah,
they go get after it.
All right, so I didn't post that video that you had. That's what we're gonna do for Is It True?
Gino had some stuff going on with his Maverick.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find it. I didn't star it. Sorry about that. We had a lot going on in the chat at the time. Sorry, I'm scrolling.
While you're looking for that, let me answer this real quick. Does the Maverick seats have airbag in the upper side of the seat backs? So the side airbags, it does have side airbag. It has the canopy airbag, the side airbag, and the front airbags, dual stage airbags. So, yep.
All right. Gina said, I got a recall for the Maverick. Recall notice 24S33 on the Maverick. I told my wife not to drive it as it goes into neutral. When it stops, it flies into park once you go to drive. And then he said it goes into limp mode as it does not exceed 30 miles per hour. So it sounds like he's having a rough time with that. So it sounds like there's a recall.
Let's look here.
And then Gino asked specifically, is it safe to drive with that recall?
Let me do a search because I keep all the recalls in a Google Doc here. Let me put that S33. Okay. So May 14th, I actually added this to my Google Doc. So yeah, May 14th, that recall came out. And all affected vehicles, a recent update to the hybrid powertrain control module, HPCM, software calibration may falsely set diagnostic trouble code, DCT. Yeah, okay, yeah, I remember talking about this, and result in a local forced neutral condition while driving, resulting in the vehicle coasting to a stop and automatically shifting to park, along with a wrench light, multiple warning messages, and the instrument panel cluster in an audible chime. After shifting back into drive, the vehicle will enter a limp home mode, which provides limited torque at low speeds up to 30 miles per hour. Before demonstrating, but it looks like, yeah, letters are supposed to go out this week. So you got a letter evidently for this. But you should be able to go in and get that done, right? Is it? says service action for demonstrating to assist vehicle owners complete arrange for mobile pickup. It sounds like to me that the repair orders are available for this now, because usually what happens is a letter goes out, meaning it can be done.
Yeah.
So you should be able to get this done right now by your dealer.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't be. You should be able to schedule that, take it in tomorrow if you wanted to, within the dealer. I mean, the dealer's availability maybe.
Give them a call.
Yeah, but that recall is available for repair, so you should be able to get that taken care of. So, yep. So say that we did talk about that 2 weeks ago, I guess.
Yep.
So there you go. All right. Yeah, we were gonna do for an Is It True? We were gonna do something special. Niles probably gonna have a video come out that Niles recorded. Remember?
Yep.
Talked about this.
Is it true?
So Niles, is it true that some trucks can get it shows on the camera or on the screen when there's a vehicle in your blind spot while you're driving?
So what's going to happen, at least from what I found, is if you have a trailer connected and you go to hit your blinker on a Super Duty, it's going to show you on your screen the whole left lane or the whole right lane that you're trying to merge into. So
it shows it there.
It shows it
on the camera. Not just blinking in the mirror when there's someone in your blind spot.
Not just the little illuminated light. It'll actually pop up the whole screen there. So
did you put this in?
I thought I got it in the Dropbox, at least
in the after hours one.
Yes.
Which there's a couple folders in there. Which folder did you put it in?
Maybe I didn't. Sorry, Tim. It's on the way.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
Remember, because it was in the text messages and I had to save it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's on the way.
It's uploading now?
Yep.
Okay. We'll get it here. It shouldn't take that long. There it is.
Power of the internet. Take a look at that.
Oh, hold on. Let's me download it.
So, yeah, I guess I can kind of get into a little bit of that, how that topic came up, huh?
Yeah.
So I do a lot of towing in my F-150. We have a zero-turn mower for our house out in the country, and a Polaris Ranger crew cab. So I hitch up my trailer quite a bit. And one of the things that I noticed is in my F-150, when you put it in reverse, you can actually go to the camera button and select different camera views. Well, I saw that it shows my Copilot 360 mirror cameras. Those popped on and it showed me the split view. And so I took this video and I sent it to Tim, and I thought this was kind of interesting.
Yep. All right. We got it ready. Let's add that. Let's just do it this way. All right.
So this is a 2022 F-150, and I've been doing some homework, and this is your normal 360 view, and then you can go in here and tap on like your front view, your bed, secret for later. You can see your hitch view, and you can also see the rear view, and of course it's not available whenever you're driving. Now the cool thing though that I noticed is if I switch this to reverse, I gain this button right here. When I click that actually shows from my mirror down there what I'm seeing. And then you can also tap and show more of either way. So if I needed to see more of the lane over there, I can see that. Now, supposedly there is a APIM update that I can get to where I can see this, or rather like this view if I turn on my left blinker. And then if I turned on my right blinker, you would see that view of the lane that you're trying to get into. That's a Super Duty feature, though. Yeah, like I was saying, it is a Super Duty feature, and that comes standard.
Now, that part is available on the, because you're in an F-150, right?
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, that's called trailer reverse guidance. So when you're backing up, that's been available for a few years.
Yeah, that's been out.
But on the Super Duty, when you're driving, because you can monitor the blind spot of the trailer, you actually get to see it in there.
Yeah.
See, before, like on, I think actually, I think this is available on F-150, but it just puts a light in the mirror.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're
It
saying
doesn't-
on the
it
Super
doesn't-
Duty, it actually puts it on the camera.
The whole camera view, like I was showing in the video, it pops up on your screen. So if you have a big old trailer behind your Super Duty and you hit your blinker and you're trying to merge into the left or right lane, it'll show that camera view in that way that you don't, merge on somebody with the trailer.
Now, from what I understand, you found that if you go into a dealer, that they can actually put the code in there to make this work on an F-150.
Yeah. So from what I read, and I can go into the form that I found it on, it's the APIM module, APIM. And I know I'm probably not saying it clearly, sorry. But you can update that module. It's beyond a certain update number. I can find this and send it to you. And you can have that same Super Duty feature on your F-150. And in January of this year, 2024, they made it to where the 21, 22, and 23 F-150 will have that software. So that's huge, because right now it seems like in the world of Ford, if you have an F-150, you're not exactly towing. You might tow occasionally, but you're not towing, and so they made that standard on a Super Duty.
They're probably figuring they don't think you're towing a very long trailer, whereas on a Super Duty, that thing can tow a lot.
That thing's going to tow a long one.
So, well, there you go. So that'll be, so there you go. So we'll try to put that into a video and everything. But yeah, there you go. So
I'll see if I can bring my trailer to work and hitch up on a Super Duty real quick and show what that looks like.
Yeah, because that'd be a great little short to be able to show that.
Oh, yeah.
Of what it can do. But there you go. Something learned. So there you go. All right. I think we're ready for what's on my mind, unless we got any questions.
Any questions in the chat?
Again, just tag us. I know Niles is in there in the chat on YouTube. So if you got questions and you're like, hey, you're not answering my question, tag him in there, then that helps out too. So, and I'm trying to pay attention to this up here. So there you go. Sarah's really good at what she does.
She is. Yeah, no, there is definitely a lot going on this side of the thing here.
All right. Well, let's get into what's on my mind, and we'll talk about this this little new app. All right. As you can tell on the live streams, I like to title a live stream what we're going to talk about as the main topic or what's on my mind. We are, of course, every week we always go over all those things that we just did. So this week we want to talk about this new FordPass app. I did a video on Friday that went live, going over the app, the different features. Or some things are located and everything. And like I said, we said this earlier. Back in March 22nd, I think we covered this, or the Tuesday after March 20th, I guess. We covered the fact that there were some features that we're going to get a new FordPass app, but some features would go away. And a lot of us probably didn't, I didn't think about anything about it. I know you are in the live stream every week. You probably just right over,
clean over my head.
But back then they said that there was a new app being redesigned, and they would include it. I'm just reading this straight in here. What's new in the FordPass app? This is a new Now this is back from March, and they rolled it out slowly. But the new FordPass app redesign includes enhancements that in general help Ford owners save time and make the app easy to use. It also offers new integrated functions that work with the Apple Watch. Have you tried that?
I have not. No.
Plus other, I don't have an Apple Watch. I don't have a Samsung watch.
Oh, don't worry, Tim. I'll try it out.
I like the traditional watches. Anyway, plus other integrated Apple Watch features just for Ford EV owners. Oh, you're not an EV owner. So
nope.
You don't get that.
Sorry.
These app updates are being rolled out in phases. Not all owners will get them at the same time. So they evidently rolled it out to special people at the beginning. And then now all of us
are special.
To it. Yeah. All of us are subjected to it if you update it. Some people didn't update the app.
Really? I wish I was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. Sorry, Ford.
Anyway, yeah.
Cover it.
So here are some of the features that are no longer available in the app after the new redesign rollout, which has now happened. So if you haven't updated your app and you want these features, don't update.
Don't update it. I'm telling you now, don't
update it. Anyway, it says some FordPass app features will either be removed from the new FordPass app redesign or will become temporarily unavailable. So let's let's use those.
That's the only glimmer of hope is the word temporarily.
You know what? My motto: stay positive. Right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to stay positive here.
You're right.
All right. So this does say some will be temporarily unavailable. So we'll talk about which ones will be temporarily unavailable. And during the summer, when you're taking all those trips and you're wanting it,
Yeah. Seriously.
summer vacationing, summer RVing, summer taking the boat to the okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay. So some of these ones that are being removed is the map view, the trip planner for EV only, the service history, the agent chat, the trailer light check zone lighting.
Yeah.
That's a big one for you.
Yeah.
Pro Power on board for F-150 and Lightning truck only, which I thought that was really cool because I actually had a Lightning and I used that.
Yeah.
The intelligent backup power. That's for F-150 Lightning. I don't think anybody really used that, but so that can go anyway because that you had to pay an extra money just to get your switch and everything, whatever. Utility provider selection and preferred charge times. It was EV only. So this is another one because basically what this is saying is before, if you had an EV, you could actually go into the app and say, I want it to charge during these times.
Yeah.
So you could actually, if you had an EV plugged in, and let's say your mach-e only needs 2 hours or 3 hours to charge, you could select what time in the night you wanted to charge. Gone.
Wow.
So that's making a lot of people with EVs, like we had some people that had plug-in hybrids. Now, especially a plug-in hybrid only takes probably an hour to charge your vehicle. They were really upset about this because theirs was gone.
Wow.
So anyway, I do have frequently asked questions by Ford and their answers to some of these. So I want you guys to drop in what are some of the features that if you have this app and you don't like it, or some features that you're like, I'm mad these are gone, drop them down. You got to watch the comments.
I'll star them.
You star them. Star them all. We'll go over these, and some of these we're going to cover for you, and hopefully we'll get this. But the first one here is this. I'm just going to read these off of the sheet. So where can I find my service history in the newly redesigned FordPass app? Says your Ford vehicle service history information will be added back into the newly redesigned FordPass app soon. Now, remember, soon to them, like they said, the soon for the app was in March, and it took 2 months. So I'm just saying. Well, I guess a month. I guess it's been a month. Yeah, it's been 2 months. So when they say soon, it could be 2 months. So until then, please log into your Ford account to find your vehicle service history information. So if you want to know your service history, you can do that. So somebody actually asked that, but it's coming back
temporarily
soon. We're gonna put in there. We did a meme for soon.
This is like when they start putting like the keywords in emails to make people like excited.
We're gonna make soon equals snow. Anyway, I'm joking. All right, Ford, prove me wrong.
Sorry, Ford.
How can I plan a trip with my electric vehicle through FordPass? We're currently still working on a simplified solution for your EV trip planner. So it's gone. Feature in the newly redesigned FordPass app. You can also still plan your trip using your in-vehicle touchscreen. So I'm gonna star some of these.
Yeah.
So I'm going to star all the ones that like, okay, well, there's a video idea showing you how to do that in your vehicle, right? Also, the next one is, how can I see available chargers on a map now beyond just a list in the FordPass app? We will soon be providing a map view for locating available EV chargers in the newly redesigned app. So, I think that right now you can see that again on the screen while you're driving. You can see that. I think they're going to be integrating this into the Google part. So if you notice now, if you watch my video, I went over. I was going to timestamp that, and I probably should still do that. But at one point, you can see the location of your vehicle. It kicks you over to like Google Maps. So I think eventually the chargers are going to show up on Google. I know that Google's working real hard to have those chargers put in there.
They should have worked harder to get that done before this
before they updated it. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right. Can I still chat with someone at Ford using the FordPass app? I didn't even know you could to begin with, but they said that is coming back. We will be providing it there again soon. So yeah, another keyword.
Yeah.
why can't I use my FordPass app to check my trailer lights any longer? This is a big one for you,
This
right?
is huge. Yeah, I
This
got
is
really
huge.
upset. It sounds so silly. You can walk up to the center stack, like your radio, and touch the button, but then you have to walk all the way back to the trailer, stare at your lights, get back in it, stop the light. It's just not as convenient.
Because you hook up a trailer a lot.
Yeah.
So what now, for those that maybe don't know, there are actually a lot of people in the comments of this video last week that said that's just a big deal to them.
Yeah.
So exactly what do you do before in the app? What could you do?
So previously, when the app had that, you could stand at the back of your trailer and you could see your trailer lights, your truck lights, everything is like in one view. You could get on your FordPass app. You could turn on zone lighting. You know, we've talked about that. As you're hitching and strapping things down, you need to see the trailer light check. You could activate that from your phone. Stand at the back of the trailer, ensure that your left blinker, right blinker, brakes, and reverse lights all work accordingly. You're highly probable you're going to get pulled over if you don't have working trailer lights. So that was a really important thing.
Really
to
easy
be able
to do with the app.
Yeah, you're just at the back of the trailer, press the button, all your lights work, press the button again, and you're back and you're ready to go. Now you got to sit here and walk up and down the truck. And
so it says in here, this feature is unavailable at the moment in the newly redesigned FordPass app while we work on quality improvements to make it work even better for Ford owners. We will provide owners with an update on this feature's timing for the new app experience as soon as more information is available.
Sounds like a bunch of buzzwords in a corporate email to me, but here I am.
Yeah,
a bunch of buzzwords.
Now you're learning my territory there.
This is the reason I'm usually off screen.
All right. Why can't I light up certain zones? Again, talking about zone lighting around my car anymore from the FordPass app. Again, you can do that in your vehicle. This feature is unavailable at the moment, but it was really nice, especially if let's say you're camping, right? This is where I thought it was beneficial because I actually use this at home a lot. Nighttime, I'm wanting to try to finish things up. I'm not want to get into the vehicle. Yeah. I can just pull the app out, click on the zone, and I just like, hey, I want these 3 zones open, lit up, whatever. Yeah. Now it's not available, and we will provide owners with an update of features timing. Okay, it's the same. It's like copy and paste here at this point. So they will be providing this in the future. So this is supposed to be coming back at some point. So let's all take a nap until then.
Determined.
All right, next one is why can't I see the Pro Power on board feature anymore in the app? So this allowed you for those of you that had a hybrid like a Power Boost, or if you had a Lightning, you could be able to. There's like 3 different zones for your Pro Power on board. There's your cab. There's the front area for the Lightning, phones with Power Boost and Lightnings. There's one in the back, and you could actually turn those on because a lot of people didn't realize why am I plugging in? It's not working. Well, you got to actually turn it on the Pro Power on board. Yeah. Yes, you can do this in the screen, and I will show people in the video how to do that. Actually, I already have. You can Google that.
He's already did it.
I did that when the Power Boost before the Lightning came out. I did that video.
Boom.
I'll have to redo it just to get it at the top. But it says here that they will, again, same as the others, will provide owners with an update on this feature's timing for the new app experience as soon as it becomes available. All right.
I've started
do we need to talk about the intelligence? I don't think anybody. I'd like to know if anybody in the chat or drop it down in the comments. You use the intelligent backup power. It's a great feature if you have it, but with me, power goes out in Kansas maybe once, twice a year.
Yeah.
During ice, and that's about it. So I didn't find a reason to spend the $4 or $5 grand to get this installed in my house. So I don't think we'll talk about that anyway. No. But according to that, again, the providers will be we will provide owners with an update on this feature's timing. You know what is? I will say this though about that. What's funny is when they talked about the Lightning, the big deal in the Lightning was how they can power your house just by the click in the app of going boom. And now it's turned on. So you can be in the house, your power goes out, your vehicle's already plugged in. You could pull the app out, boom, boom. Boop. And now it's gone. So now what you made a big deal out of the Lightning and one of the biggest features about the Lightning and being able to power things, including your house, gone.
See ya.
You would think that. Did they not talk to marketing when they redid this?
We need to go back and look at the marketing campaigns.
Well, wait a minute. You know what's really funny? I bet you there's some spots on Ford's website right now that shows that a little video of that happening. And they're like,
It's out there.
you need to get it off there because it's not available.
Somebody at HQ is getting a phone call.
There you go. So I don't know how you do turn that on now. Because on that one, I don't know if there was a way to do with that.
It makes me wonder if they took some stuff off the app and gave an over-the-air update to the vehicles to put some of those features on the center stack so that you can see it in the sync system. You know,
well, most of these were available on this in the sync system. They were just redundant in the app, but a lot of people like the convenience of just using the app.
Yeah.
But I don't know on this one though. On that intelligent backup power, I don't know another way. I know it was available in the app, but I don't know if you could do it from, I assume maybe from the intelligent access system.
I would hope. The only way I knew was the app too.
Anyway.
Intriguing.
All right. Why can't I see the utility provider in the preferred charge times anymore? So this is the one we talked about, preferred charge times overnight. That's not available. It does say we will provide owners with an update for the features timing. So they do plan to bring that one back too. Yeah, that's a big one for EV owners.
Yeah,
charging at home.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Anyway,
I mean,
yep.
It's a huge part. One of the massive selling points of EV, in my opinion, is that you don't have to go to a gas station to refuel. It's like you come home from work, you plug it in, you go inside, you make dinner. That's the beauty of it, right?
Yep.
Huh.
All right. How does the F-150 Lightning truck remote climate control feature work in the newly redesigned app? The remote control function is a new feature available only on the F-150 Lightning truck. This feature enables you to remotely control your F-150 Lightning climate control and windshield defrost plus if equipped. Also, your heated seats and heated steering wheel, all right from the newly redesigned FordPass app. I actually showed how to do this. So they did. What I did like is on the EVs, they just showed it as a fan. And actually, I wasn't gonna. I think it's really hard for me to be able to like cast this onto the screen, but I can show you because Jeff let me put his mach-e in. And so I did think it was neat because on the other vehicles, it's a remote start thing. Oh, no, it's not letting me do it. So on this end, it has a fan. You can't see it. Okay, you can't see it on there. Anyway, there is actually a little fan. Maybe from this distance. Oh, it's because my screen on my phone. But there's like a little fan there. So it makes more sense because your EVs, you're actually not remote starting it because there's no start, there's no engine.
Yeah.
But what you're doing, you're turning on the climate controls and everything. And so this allows you to be able to do that there. And what it's going to do is I'm not going to turn on. It's going to base it on the temperature, I believe, and turn on your defrost and such or your AC. But more importantly, turn on the fans on the vehicle while it's plugged in, if possible. Right. So anyway, so there you go. There's that. So that's still available there. And I did show how to get to that. Is F-150 truck climate controls feature the same as remote start feature? Yeah, I kind of answered that in the video as well. All right. Does the remote climate control feature also help to precondition the F-150 Lightning truck battery? No, this remote climate control feature does not help to precondition your F-150 Lightning truck battery. So it's not preconditioning. So that's a good thing to know, which I wasn't sure on when I did the video. So basically it's just turning on the climate control. So preconditioning the battery for charging is important. Like when you're in the vehicle driving, you can now do that with your F-50 in your mach-e to precondition the battery, have it ready so that when you start charging, you don't have to warm the battery up or cool the battery down. Especially if you're on the highway, you might have to, it's hot. That battery gets hot, so you might have to cool it down. And so it's actually puts the fans on there and it cools it down. So this is saying that does not do that. It doesn't precondition the vehicle because I think in this situation, they're assuming that you're already like plugged in. So you've already preconditioned, so you don't need to. But if you can get all the interior to the temperature you want it to, then you're not using any battery or energy getting it cooled down or heated up, before you jump in it. So where can I find the horn and lights? Now, I did show this in the video. You can access that. It's in a different location because before it was right there by your remote start.
Yeah.
But now you actually have to go into these services, right? Yeah, you have to go into location. That's what it was.
I don't even.
So you
I don't
click.
even see that
So
on
now
mine.
you got to click when you're on the vehicle. You got to click location,
Oh,
and then it's right there.
wow. Okay.
See, so it's right there.
Wow.
So that, I mean, I actually thought there's no reason why they couldn't have
I
put it
mean,
right there with the vehicle.
I don't. Yeah.
Why they could have left it right there. Because now, like, let's say some people are like, well, why do I need the horns and the lights going off? Well, what if you have somebody you noticed out there, there's somebody around your vehicle and you're a little nervous?
Yeah.
You could actually just pull the app and click on it and honk the horns, flash the lights.
Yeah.
Or if you need to find your vehicle,
Your buddy goes over there and he's digging in your cooler. Set the alarm off. Like, don't let him.
Right?
Come on now.
So now you got to go in when you're on the vehicle. You got to go to location, and then it's there. So that is kind of a weird spot, I thought too. So, but there it is. So it's there. It's just in a different spot. Where can I find the phone as a key feature? This in here, it's actually on there. It's under settings, phone as a key. If you haven't set up a phone as a key, it automatically does it. Cause like this, and I had the mach-e on there and it was at the top. You guys can't see it from the angle from back here. Maybe you can, but it's at the top on this one. Cause I hadn't set it up because I added his mach-e. And phone to key is on there and you can set it up from here. So if you haven't set it up, it's there, but otherwise you have to go to home, settings, phone as a key, and then in the redesign app. So it's there. You just got to find it in a different location. Where can I find my Ford vehicle maintenance schedule in the newly redesigned FordPass app? Your Ford vehicle maintenance schedule information will be added back into the newly redesigned app soon. Until then, please log into your Ford account and find your vehicle maintenance information under ford.com/support/maintenance-schedule. So it's not there. And also your health reports used to be there. They're not there anymore. And they're hoping to bring them back, of course. So some of these features are going to come back eventually.
Soon.
Yeah, soon. I think summer will be over before we see it. Where can I find the vehicle owner's manual on the new app? I didn't even know this was available. Some other people said that too, but a digital version of the Ford owner's manual is available online at the Ford owner portal. You can get that. Supposedly, I get, and also some of the vehicles, it's in your touch screen as well. So that might be something to
I was going to say, in my F-150, I saw the owner's manual and I was able to click through it, trying to find how to turn on the setting.
Basically, if you have Sync 4, you have the digital owner's manual. That's pretty much, it's a Sync 4 thing. So if you have Sync 4, you have it. But you can go online. I didn't even know you could go online and get it either. But I guess it was in the app. I didn't know that.
I think it was, yeah.
So I actually pulled out the paper one, the Maverick, when I was doing the video a couple weeks ago. I actually pulled it out. The
paper copy.
Setting up the mach-e.
Oh, Mikey.
Mikey.
I was wondering.
Mikey.
I was like, who the hell's Mikey? Why is he so important?
All right. Where can I find warranty and Ford Protect information in the newly redesigned Ford app? I didn't know it was on the old one, but I guess it was. It says this feature is unavailable at the moment. We will provide owners with an update on this feature's timing. And not saying they're going to bring it back necessarily. They're saying what the timing is, which could be never.
Yeah,
it could be the timing, but I didn't even know that was in there either. But where can I find and manage the new vehicle access requests in the newly redesigned FordPass app? And the vehicle is already connected. If your vehicle is already connected in the newly redesigned app, you'll be able to find and manage your new vehicle user access request. I actually showed that in the video as well. Where that's at, because I did find that, so that is there. So anyway, there we go.
Unbelievable. Gutted.
We will let you know the timing of this feature. So it does sound like at some point they're going to bring it back on some of them, but
I know that it's going to be better in the long run. It makes a fellow wonder why, if you had such a deeply developed app with 150 features, why when you roll out the new one, it's so limited.
I think it goes back to it's just like right now with, we kind of Derek and I talked about this, about the body colored painted roof on the Bronco. So it's kind of the same thing. They're rolling it out on the Bronco Raptor first, and then eventually, I think 25 model year, we'll see body color painted roof available on the other trim levels.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like roll it out slowly, kind of the same way the Pro Access tailgate, not available in XL, XLT,
Yeah.
right? Lariat, you got to go, but it's available in the upper trim levels, and eventually I think it will roll itself to the others.
Yeah.
Just like the tailgate step started that way.
Yeah.
It wasn't available in the XL at the beginning, and
Yeah.
eventually it was available on all models. So,
That's right.
so probably rolling it out first as a dumbed down version in a sense.
Scaled back.
But they should have warned people this before they had them download it, because there are a lot of people like, oh, it's a new app, I want to download it, and then they lost a bunch of features. And I think if you still have it, the old version,
I don't know about you, but the way I have my app store set up is that everything is on auto update. So I opened up my FordPass app expecting to hook up my trailer and do my trailer light inspection, only to find out that
it's not there.
That's not a thing anymore, and you got to walk all the way back up to the truck.
Yeah,
Also, fun fact for you, my laptop died, so
yeah,
you're riding solo right
all
now.
Right.
I did pull up the stream on my phone.
So. We're to the Q&A time, so
I did throw in a few of some highlighted things in there. I don't know if we're still.
We'll throw them in.
Okay.
All right. So Gino says they eliminated the mileage on your car. Yeah, they did that too.
Mm-hmm.
That's not listed in there. That's gone. There's some people that like that. I did like that. I like that. I pulled it up. Well, I don't know how many miles are on it. Oh, let me look, and you could just pull it up. It's kind of nice. Yeah. So that's gone. Right. I've got service history on 5.0. Oh, he says he's got. Now mine, I thought it was there too, because I think I went over that in the app and it showed that. I think there was some part of the service history that they were.
I know Douglas Blair said it's in their service all the way at the bottom, select service history, and they show there. See above is what Douglas Blair said to me.
For some reason, my Bronco is not showing right now. I'm actually a little disturbed by that.
It's all because of that.
So under, where was it? Under services.
Yep.
So you click on the right tab where it says service,
and then all the way at the bottom says
service history. Yeah. So it's under reference. So it's there.
It just relocated.
It's relocated. Yeah.
You got to play hide and go seek. That's all right though.
All right. How am I able to enter do-it-yourself service updates? Yeah, there's some other people that had said the same thing, that they couldn't add manual service if they just did their own oil change.
Yeah.
So they couldn't do that. So with picture of receipt and everything. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I never really went in there much. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's good. Well, it does show like costs and everything.
That's cool. I do like
that.
So
it shows you where you had it serviced.
That's cool.
Yeah, it would be. I could just add a plus right there and just allow you to add your manual service to what date you did it, and how much you spent on the oil filters.
And what all it was, yeah.
Right.
If you could scan the receipt.
Yeah.
Whoa, that'd be killer.
Huh? What did I spend? $100.
Ford accessories.
But it does help because I never realized this, and I was like, because I'm bad with the wife's expedition of not getting oil change done because I don't drive it as often, so I don't get the light come up. But there you go. All right, what else we got here? Soon, TM.
Trademark that thing, Brandon says.
Yep.
Soon.
All right, Jack said, I thought I liked the new FordPass. It's easy to look and start, to lock and start, but no mileage. No more ESP. Can't turn on the zone lighting on Bronco. See, and I don't have that. No, I think you have to have the Hilux package. Not a fan so far. Ford should let us have option to use old app. There you go. So, and I think, like I said, yeah, it'd be nice in your app to be able to use the old version of the app if you can. I know there's some of them that if you don't update it, like I don't set automatic updates on mine.
Really.
Just for the fact that you need to have Wi-Fi. And I very rarely will turn on Wi-Fi on my phone. We have unlimited data, so I don't turn it on because I've actually been told that if you have Wi-Fi on or Bluetooth on in public settings, that people can hack into your phone.
Yep, very true.
So I leave mine off when I'm in public, so I really rarely have it on. Maybe at home or something like that. But anyway, that's why I don't have automatic updates on any of my apps.
Ooh. Rushman said total mileage is under vehicle health at the bottom, below oil life.
Where?
Total mileage is under vehicle health at the bottom, and then he said below oil life.
I don't see that. So if I'm on vehicle, so like I'm on the vehicle, and then where it says vehicles highlighted, and then I see location, remote, schedule remote start, and settings. That's all I see.
Maybe is it under the service side?
I see roadside assistance, collision assistance, and service history.
Well,
Schedule service, preferred dealer. Up here, I have satisfaction program alerts and good health. If you click the health,
service vehicle health.
there it is.
Good.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's it. So there it is. So
I see tire
this
pressures.
is see there's an update video right here. So under the health, which I didn't show in the video, you click on that, and it does show your tire pressure on them, which is also something we use in off-roading. Is like, okay, let me see the tire pressure, also oil life remaining, and then that's where your odometer is, which is where your miles is. So thanks.
I bet when you're that was Rushman.
All right, thanks Rushman for giving us that information. So there you go. So it's there. And then, so no longer see the fuel gauge level, only remaining range, which doesn't tell the fuel. If you look at it though, instead of, I actually see the range because it's not telling you how much gas you have, like gallons or anything, because technically it never did. Yeah. What it showed you was how many miles you had to empty. Mm-hmm. That's the same thing as a range.
Yeah.
So the wording range works for both gas and electric vehicles. Yeah. Now in electric vehicles, it shows you the percent of charge along with your range. On the fuel, it's not going to show you how many gallons you have left. It can't measure that, but it still measures your miles to empty. Yeah. So that's actually not changed. They just changed the word from fuel to range. So
yeah, and I think also, and the way it was depicted, they actually had like a fuel gauge on there.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oops, I just unhighlighted one. Oops, I don't know which one. I had one highlighted for somebody and I undid it.
Sorry, friends.
Oops. Let us use the old app until the new app is fully functional. Yep.
Yeah, there's
granted. And then I can add self-service data via Carfax. I agree that we should be able to do that same thing in the application to complement the OASIS report. So
yeah, it's tough. I mean, I know that they need to do stuff to, like, if you have to like completely clean house in order to, build a better foundation to, to build an app on. I totally get it. I just think that maybe taking out some of those features and then unrolling the app, that's just tough.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no real good way to do that, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, right now they're going to make sure the app works on these and then start introducing them back, hopefully. And maybe we see a lot of them get introduced at once and a new app update, but definitely, hopefully, Ford, I don't know if they watch this live stream, but we'll try to make this as a separate video because some of the, pains that,
it is growing pains. You're right.
But we'll try to make it as a separate video go out so people can, especially on that where we were able to find out where that was, and probably in the actual, I'll take this part of the live stream, but we'll actually probably take screenshots of where that stuff is at so people can say, okay, here's where things that I didn't think about covering, here's where they're at. Yeah. So, because we didn't go into the vehicle health, but that's where it's at, which doesn't make sense why it would be there. I guess technically the health of your time, where your tires are at, where your oil is at, I guess that is vehicle health.
It is vehicle health. The way they organized it, it's just an interesting way.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be a little bit more readily accessible, not having to like dive through menus to get to it,
Yeah. So one of those is service campaigns. So recalls basically. So on the Expedition, I have a recall. It says install new dash mat. So I can go in, I guess, and get this recall done. Install new dash mat. So I get a different mat on the dash.
I don't know.
Dash mat.
I don't know. That's something else.
I'm gonna look at that. It's recall 23B11. Anyway, I digress. But there you go.
That's
so.
What an interesting.
I didn't put up a poll. I should have put up a poll. I versus dislike, and I did. We did have. I had Jeff do the thumbnail of good and bad, and it looks cleaner. I think remote starting it again is faster, and I think maybe they feel like most people that's what they used of the app. But there are a lot of people there are a lot of people that had the same things you did with the zone lighting, the trailer lights, and all that. Some of those things, the Pro Power on board.
Yeah, those are features that I think a lot of people, I don't know if they take it for granted or they just look over it. I don't know, but there's just so
know.
many times where zone lighting is applicable, not just if you live in the country, also in the city, you're loading up luggage, you're doing things with your vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many times
Well,
is it, how convenient, you know?
I used it when I had the F-150 because there were times where I was like, I was working on something, and then it carried over into where it got dark on me, and
Yeah.
it was nice being able to turn those on.
Sometimes a recovery situation isn't during daytime.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to do some stuff in the night, you know?
Yep.
So
All right.
can't work on stuff in the dark.
All right.
But
So Vols did say surveying the chat. What is the best aspect of the FordPass application? Trying to stay in that aspect of staying positive, right?
yeah, that's
Right.
good stuff. Good on you.
So what do you guys? So that's drop those down there. What do you guys think?
A lot of responses.
I mean, I will say probably because when I did the video, I realistically I will be the first one to poke fun at Ford or tell them that they've done something wrong. But I don't know. I think it is cleaner. I think it's
It does look neat.
I think just being able to just press the button instead of hold it, that's a nice thing.
Very nice feature there.
So some of those things, I mean, I think even though it may not be a big deal, but doing a location and making it Google Maps, I think it's going to be a benefit to them than them to have to come up their own. I don't like where they place the horn, but that's a negative. So
I don't.
Sorry. But the directions to get to your vehicle, that's
convenient.
You know, I mean, I don't know. Anyway,
you got to have a pretty wild night to have to wake up, need directions to get back to your vehicle.
And yeah, I do like the EVs. I think there was something. Yeah, I did like how they changed it to a fan instead of a remote start, so you kind of knew. But I think most people EVs kind of figured that one out. But the controls it had actually, if you set up phone as a key, then you could actually program some other stuff. I think with that,
that's
the controls.
Crazy.
So, but anyway,
huh?
But yeah,
there is a lot of neat features in that app, and the fact that you have a free app that comes with the vehicle. And it has all those features that are like it's not blocked by a paywall. I think that's amazing.
Well, and that's the other thing we do as a positive need to remind people is that this is a free app.
It's not. There's you don't have to pay to download it. You don't have to pay for services.
Yeah,
it's free.
Yeah, it is. It's a free app to use. There's a lot of features that even on older vehicles, as long as they had the connected modem back in I think 2018 is when it started.
Yep.
Where you could actually remote start a vehicle and such like that using that unlock and lock it. You could do it on some of those older vehicles.
Yeah.
Even if it was out of warranty or whatever, you bought it used, you could still use the app and program the vehicle in to use it. Yeah. So it is a free app, and I think the FordPass app is the most used of any manufacturer app.
It has to be.
And there are some manufacturers that do charge you to use it.
Yeah, and I think that's the fact that they have a good amount of features now. They had an exceptional amount of features before. I think it's just amazing that they do that for free. There's no paywall, and I really hope they bring back some of those key benefits.
Yeah, I mean,
I know they will. They said soon. It's temporarily unavailable.
Hopefully, okay. Here is one thing that I just hope, and is that they don't charge us at some point and say, okay, we're taking these away. This is a new app. And it's a, and
by the way, pay for them to get them back.
It is a way for them to be able to do that, is to be able to go, okay, we have this new app. You have to download it. And then now to use these services, you have to pay. Hopefully they don't do it.
I really hope not. That'd be a terrible step. I mean, it was so
okay. So what would be the cost? What would you pay for those features?
So here's the thing. I do enjoy those features, but if they set that bar, let me ask you this: would it be a monthly fee or would it be a one-time? Hey, you pay this toll.
More than likely, it's a connected service monthly fee.
If it's a monthly fee, I'm not paying for it. I'm not going to pay that. You couldn't even get me on a Netflix subscription for that. You know what I mean? Like if you told me, hey, for $10 a month, you don't have to walk up to your truck to hit the light button. Like, no, sorry, brother. I'm going to,
I don't think they'll charge for those, but
I hope not. That'd be terrible.
I mean, make a big deal about how their vehicles are connected and everything. Yeah. I was actually a little disappointed when on the Explorer, when they had that Ford, the digital experience, that finding out that it's only 1 year of service and then you lose some of the Google stuff, the Google Assistant stuff, that I'm like, what? Why? Oh, that was just,
Yeah.
Well, and they're doing that with the navigation now. A lot of vehicles, you get 1 year of navigation and then it expires. Like my, actually the Bronco, I think I paid for the navigation, but like my Maverick, I didn't. I mean, I just use Google anyway. Google app or the Android Auto, which uses Google.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Android Auto is. I likely use Savannah. I just use Android Auto when I'm traveling. I don't use the navigation on the screen anyway. But so yeah, why sign up for that if you're going to charge me again? You're going to charge me for something that I can plug my phone in and get from Google without.
Yeah. Sorry, not.
Which is the same, and maybe that's the same thing too on the Ford Digital Experience. You still have Android Auto, so I can still plug in and still have Google Assistant.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, either way, right?
I still have I probably still have some of the apps. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else we got.
Say Ridge View, he popped in the chat. He said, yeah, he's down there right there.
Question: do I have Sync 3 in the Maverick Lariat? Yes, you do have Sync 3. I'm sorry.
No, that's so I have Sync 3 in the Maverick Lariat. Well, I have to pay a subscription for the navigation.
I'd have to look. We'd have to look that up. Here.
I said I hope not. That's just me being hopeful.
So yes, you do when you get Sync 3 and navigation in the Lariat 2024 on the Maverick, and let me just look and see what usually a lot of them there is a certain term, but I think on the Sync 3 screen, it may not expire. Now Sync 4, it's like a 1 year or a 3. Like some vehicles had a 3-year deal on theirs, and some had a 1 year. All right, let me look up Maverick. Here we go. I'll get the most recent order guide update.
Yeah, the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, those are so hard to beat. It really is.
All right, let's see. Sync 3. Where's that? Here, voice-activated navigation system with pinch-to-zoom capability. So traffic travel link includes a 5-year prepaid subscription. So you get 5 years.
Wow.
Well, wait, Sirius XM Traffic and Travel Link includes a 5-year prepaid subscription, so not the navigation itself. So I think you get the navigation. It doesn't say the subscription to the navigation, just the Sirius Traffic and Travel Link to be able to see like weather and stuff ahead.
Yeah.
Which actually I use that quite a bit when I had my older Expedition. Not now, but my older ones. I used to do that because like one time we were traveling, like that doesn't look good, and I actually could pull up the map. The weather map and see it, which was kind of nice. But anyway, let's see what else we had.
Someone just mentioned those travel link maps. That's crazy. Yeah, there's just
I always like to see it when I see a comment that says Tim makes an excellent point. Those stop me from scrolling right there. I see my name. What are they saying about me?
What's going on here?
In the past services like GM's OnStar was free in the beginning and then turned subscription based. BMW has in-car subscription services. So there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole service and subscription thing, it's really, I mean, in the last 10, 15 years, that's really started to become the way.
Yeah.
And it's scary because now everything is associated to a monthly payment instead of a fixed number.
Well, like the Blue Cruise, that's a big one. Like, okay, I wouldn't pay $70. I mean, what is it? What do we figure out? It was like $2,100 for 3 years. So that's $700 a year.
Yeah.
Divide that by 12 months. I mean, it's like, okay.
At that point,
I don't go on the highway enough to use it.
No,
right?
I don't. Yeah.
ML Culpepper said we have very large parking lots and high parking garages. My wife uses it. So yeah, so you have those alarms going off. So sometimes you're like, for us, if you go to a game, a concert, I'm like, where did I park?
Yeah,
I actually did that when I came out of the airport. I couldn't remember. Actually couldn't remember what level I was on. I was like, I won't forget. It was like 3 days later, I got back and I'm like, what level am I on?
Yeah.
So I got close and like the horn wasn't honking. I'm like, and then I was like, at a certain point, I was like, oh, it's up on the next level.
Yeah.
I can hear it up there.
Yeah.
I was like, oops,
Yeah,
gotta go up one level.
That's a scary moment. It really is when you can't find where you park.
But even on the location there, because it's going to pinpoint the location, it doesn't tell you what level you're on.
Altitude is not a thing.
So I'm like, okay. Anyway,
that's cool.
All right. Anything else we missed? Let's drop them in the comments. Tag me. Tag
Tim. Sorry guys, my computer died. Not much I can do about it. I took it off the charger to walk right in here. So
we live stream for a while. You know?
I mean, sometimes it's like that.
Yeah.
Getting rowdy on here, you know what I'm saying?
All right. Yep. Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, Vols 44. One of Tim's pet peeves is the long Mac service porters using the key fobs multiple times to locate a vehicle on the lot. I will admit, I am sometimes one of those people.
I had one the other day. That alarm. I was trying to do a Lincoln video, so I was about ready to get started, and then the horn's honking just 2 rows over, and I'm like, okay, pretty soon. Normally they come out the door and they do that to find it. They do that. If you hit the red one, then it panic. It just starts honking, and it will initiate further out than if you just try the lock twice. If you hit the lock twice, it'll actually honk the horn once.
Yep.
And I like to do that
instead of setting off the alarm,
right? And so, and I know that I have to be in a certain proximity to get there to do that. But it was going off, and there's just, I mean, it was going off for a long time. I'm like. Yeah. So where are they? Usually it's a salesperson. Somebody thought it was on the other side of the dealership, and they were clear on the other side of the dealership, and it was going off clear over on this side. And I'm like, what? So he finally like, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's tough.
I've been waiting 5 minutes to start my video.
I mean, and but, you know, it's 10 acres of concrete out here with. I mean, north of 300 cars. So finding a vehicle by the look of it is not going to happen.
Yeah. Sometimes though, like especially on the vehicle, they know they got a new car. Yeah, we do have a new car side and a used car side.
There's only a few places certain vehicles can be.
And on our trucks, there's certain places where you know the F-150s are at.
Truck row.
Start walking to the truck row.
Yeah. Oh, it's a truck. Oh, it has to be in this corner of the lot.
But I will say on F-150, I mean, we have like the outer boundary and
the whole it's a 90 degree.
There's like 3 rows that could be on, but if it's like an edge or escape, there's just 1 row of those. So why not just walk to that row?
They're all localized. So
anyway,
you know,
but you know, it's just one of those things.
If you do set off a horn,
not everybody does videos.
No, yeah, that's true. Isn't it? Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah. If you do set off a horn at the long McArthur lot, you will not be a foreign person. You'll fit right in.
Yep. And now, I mean, like in the back, that's like when I'm at the picture building. I used to hate when they did it because they always, if it was a new vehicle, they would park it in a certain section, right? And we called it Fire Plug Row. But now they don't. We have this lot over here. So I get why they're doing it, because when they walk out from wash line, they would hit it because, like, do I need to go left or I need to go right? Because you hate to walk clear over here and find out it's clear over there.
Yeah.
So I get that.
I mean, it's a huge parking lot from end to end. It's a farewell 10-minute walk. I mean, if you're a member, you'll see the lot walk and you'll know how big the lot is. So be a member. Drop that there real quick. But it's a good time though, finding vehicles out of the lot. Sometimes they'll hand you a Halloween bucket full of keys and tell you good luck.
I'm Brandon. So if I hit the panic button by accident, will I still be able to take it home?
You can hit the panic button on accident.
Yep.
If not, just hit the panic button and hand Tim the keys. Blame him. That's funny. Yeah. What a good time.
Yeah, we don't need you keeping it here. Take it home. All right. Let's see what else. Yeah. I think that's about it. All right. Well, good stuff. Yeah, that I really, like I said, when I was sitting there doing that video, I was like, oh, this is some nice updates. And then I was like, but I don't use it as often as some people. Yeah. So I was seeing all the benefits and this and that. And then I started seeing the comments come in. I'm like, wow, I didn't think about that. Yeah, that app's not in there. And they're like, and I thought, well, surely it's there. So I'm looking it up and I'm like, no, it's not there.
Well, and if you think about it, like, we saw your video in March. And then nothing happened for a little while, and life goes
Well,
on. You get moving and grooving. Next thing you know, you pull your phone out and you go to use your app, and it's not the same app you had.
Well, I didn't think about that until I started seeing the comments. I'm like, you know what? Hold on a second. I did go over the fact that they were going to removing some stuff from the app.
Yeah.
And then that clicked on me this weekend when I saw those comments. I'm like, oh yeah, they did. We went over that.
Yeah.
But not everybody watches that part. And I used to make that its own video, but not a lot of people watching that, so I stopped.
Well, and
But
how
there
could
you
you
go.
predict? How could you predict such a change like that, though? I
Yeah.
mean, oh, we're gonna move a few features. You mean wipe the slate clean, start over?
Yeah.
That's crazy talk, brother. That's crazy.
And that's what I'm kind of hoping is that they're just trying to like, hey, it's a new app, so we want to like, and maybe they remove some stuff to say, hey, we'll see what people want back.
Yeah.
But and probably hopefully just to make it better, and then start introducing them back in slowly and make sure it's working. So kind of like they're rolling out slowly to a couple people to see how it works, and then gradually more people. But you know what they should have done is they should have let, because they do this with some things, like when the new charging, the adapter came out for the Tesla for the EVs, they gave that to influencers. I should have gotten one, but I didn't. They gave those to influencers to try out, and those videos came out. I mean, nobody has their adapters yet that ordered them. They got them for free. They still don't have them, but those influencers were able to, so they were able to test it out. Well, why not get the input from them on how it works? So do the same thing with the app. So give the app to influencers, employees, give it to your factory workers, right? Hey, we want you to have this app. You get the beta version. We want your input. What is it missing? What do you think of it? Is it good? Do we need to change some things? And then do that, and then launch it full scale.
Yeah.
And then go ahead and let that go out slowly if you need to.
Yeah.
I mean, and then go out to more and more people until it's functionally solid and working before, because they do that with the updates to like mach-e. Like mach-e got Blue Cruise first because it was on a smaller scale than giving it to Lightnings as well, and then they introduced it to the others.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I'll tell you what. Yeah,
didn't they beta test 5.0? I don't think they did. I don't know.
If they did, they picked the wrong pool of people. They didn't. They're not picking people that use them.
Well, you have two. My opinion, I think, is almost narrowed down to about two different people that right now are upset about this app. You have your truck people that can't use a trailer, can't use the Pro Power on board, and the zone lighting in your Broncos, zone lighting, and then you have your EV drivers that are pretty irate because they've missed a lot of things on the EV as well. Yeah. So they're missing those two, which kind of they're right now. Well, and truck buyers are the bread and butter. So
truck buyers are the bread and butter, and EV buyers bought specifically on some of those features. So I mean, your truck people, your F1 and F250 are quite literally the most sold vehicles in America.
So expect some videos from me on how you can use some of these things in your screen of your on your screen. So we'll be doing some videos on how to do the zone lighting,
how to get those features back,
the trailer lights. Where do you get to it now that you can't do it in the app? Pro Power on board. I'll redo that video, even though I have that one. Digital owner's manual. So we'll do some videos on those some of those ideas.
Yeah,
some how-to videos to this. We might have to switch from Maverick Monday to Tech Tuesday. Tech Thursday.
Well, it'll be Maverick. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
So FordPass Friday.
FordPass Friday. There it is.
We got a new concept for at least the next 5 weeks. We got a FordPass Friday.
Unrolling a new series.
Or right what's here. Not? These are not in the FordPass, and so yes, there you go. All right. Anyway, there we go.
That is too funny.
All right. Well, guys, thank you very much. And at this point, it's kind of like with the members. This is what we do on Fridays. At this point, this part of the video, like the live stream this week, this is kind of what we do on our members. So if you like doing that and wanting to be a part of, hey, some future videos or ideas, and go, here's some things I don't like or do like about my Ford vehicle.
Yeah.
That's how we get ideas. So
good banter.
Become a member, and for $5 a month, and you can join us and have some fun on Fridays and go over some things and see our lot walks and such like that. So, and we do send out a welcome pack. So if anything else, try it out for about a month. join up, get our member pack, which gets you a little notebook, some pens, some koozies sent to you once you give us your information. And we do not use that information to do any kind of marketing.
No,
So I mean, don't think,
None.
oh, you're just doing that so you can have my information, and now you're going to send me all kinds of promo things. We're in
Nope.
Kansas, and you're from all over the country. We actually, those do not go into our CRM.
nope.
They don't go into our for our business development center to call or anything. That actually stays within Sarah and I, so that we can just be able to contact our members if you become a member, and if you drop off a member, we actually just delete it off. We don't keep it.
Yeah.
So that's not something we use to do any that kind of stuff. But so yeah, so just in case you're wondering about that.
The
So,
nice thing about becoming a member too is that you can go back and watch the previous content of
yeah.
membership stuff too. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not like when you start becoming a member, you got to wait and catch up. No, you can go back and look at anything you want to and see all the old live streams that we've done and things like that. So
Yep, you can. So, and lot walks and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, but I actually don't do it we don't really make money off that because YouTube keeps a big percentage of that. But we loved connecting with the community, and that's what
it's
I
all
love
about the
doing.
community.
Yeah, it's all about joining with the members and connecting and having fun and learning from each other. So anyway, all right. I think that's it, guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate it. Don't forget to smash that like button on your way out. Niles, thanks for joining me tonight.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Third episode.
Third
You've
episode.
been on.
Yeah.
We just need to get a third mic and have you in here.
That'd be
More
fun.
regular. We can put one person right there.
I
Somebody
can sit in the back.
Yeah. So there you go.
That'd be cool.
We'll figure it out. Anyway, but yeah, there we go. So thanks a lot. And I think that's about it, guys. So hopefully you guys are enjoying your FordPass app. I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, but thanks guys for joining us on the day after Memorial Day. Hope you guys you're back at work again. Hope you're enjoying it. And I do want to give a shout out to those that are going to be at Carlisle Ford Nationals this weekend. Hope you guys have a blast. I wish I could be there. Sounds like there's going to be a lot of Mavericks. So have you been to Ford Carlisle?
I have not.
It's pretty cool.
Is it?
It's big. I mean, Ford Nationals, the Carlisle events in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. And the Maverick Truck Club has the 8th highest amount of registered vehicles there.
Wow.
Out of all the clubs. So there's a lot of clubs there, and they're in 8th place right now of how many Mavericks have registered. So if you're going to be in the area, you're going to go register your Maverick and get in there and bump them up to top 5. Because I know if they get in like top 5 or something, then they get like a big banner and all kinds of stuff. So that'd be really cool, especially since it just started like 2 years ago.
It's going to be a strong front to
So
compete with.
There you go. So, all right. Well, until other than that, maybe look for some FordPass Friday videos and some other videos this week. So hope you guys had fun tonight. And we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to stay positive, be kind to one another, and be kind to yourself. And we'll see you later.